Is this like, is this guy just like making jokes? Why are video games so gay now? Gross. Kingdom Come Deliverers goes fully gay and well, I can't tell if this guy is being fucking serious or not. Oh my God. Gay weirdos still mad about Marvel Rivals' huge success. He's gay now. Kingdom Come Delivers 2 main character gay. Last of Us 2 creators new games getting cooked. We were robbed. Why modern characters suck. Gay, black, and disabled. Indiana Jones for Xbox situation isn't looking good. Dragon Age Veilguard fans are playing the victim now. Has GTA 6 gone woke? R word in the title. He's serious. Where's the R word? I didn't even catch it. Oh, right here. Gay and R worded. Okay. Xbox avowed reviews are in and the game is a flop. Okay. Let's watch this now. Okay, now that we know this guy is serious and it's important, okay? I'm doing journalism to try to figure out if this dude literally has a mental deficiency that is causing him to be like deeply insecure about his own personal sexuality and therefore incredibly resentful about any kind of gayness existing, which includes dancing, apparently, by the way. Dancing is gay now. This motherfucker's living in Footloose. Like, getting mad at dancing and saying dancing is soy and health, which is automatically gay, is like having the perspective of like an insane like Christian guy in the 50s. You know what I mean? I can't comprehend how you could be like, dancing? That shit's gay. Okay, dude.
Is it a soy-based diet doing this? Is it the rise of OnlyFans simping doing this? If you have recently had the thought, I wonder what new pumpkin-flavored items Trader Joe's has.
Gay! What? Whoa, what the fuck? What is this?
Be careful, my brother in Christ. You might be gay now. But if there's one thing that is straight as hell, it's the rock-solid video games of the 2000s. Your Gears of War, your Medals of Honor, your Chronicles of Riddicks.
Okay, these games are also awesome. Yes. But I'm a little confused. I mean, Chronicles of Riddick is a banger. Like, let's just be real, okay? I never really played Gears. I played Medal of Honor. The Chronicles of Riddick is fantastic. Like, he just pulled out a choice one. Oh God, I'm fucking old. Hey, that's what it is. This guy is old. And games don't hit no more because I'm a 40-year-old loser. And obviously, when I was 14 and playing these games, life seemed a lot nicer. That's what this is. Half of these people that make videos like this, that's what it is. Okay. It's just like, I'm now 35 plus and games suck. And it's partially because my life sucks. Okay. That's it. Games don't hit no more. Okay, well then don't fucking play anymore and stop chirping. I'm sorry. It is not an accident that the Venn diagram of people that fucking complain about new games and people who are, 35 plus year old gamers, and also the last circle there, the World of Warcraft classic players, is a fucking circle, okay? For the most part. It is incredibly rare. Now, a lot of WoW Classic players are going to get mad at me for saying this because I know some of you are in this community, okay? But you're rare. You're rare. Go to Trade Chat, as I learned recently, okay? Go to Trade Chat and hear out the opinions of the marketplace of WoW Classic, and you'll very quickly figure out that the vibes over there are very locked into the same fucking mentality where people basically are upset. They're 35 plus. Games don't hit no more the same way they did when they were 14 and could eat, Tostitos, pizza rolls, or whatever the fuck, and didn't have any other obligations. Okay. So they're desperately seeking out that nostalgia, and that nostalgia is playing WoW Classic.
These games were masculine as hell, and we want them back, and we're boycotting video games until they come back.
Totinos, bro, you're fake fat? No, dog, I didn't grow up in America. Okay, calm down.
I recently saw this disappointing photo of Phil Spencer being pushed out of the photo by two domineering girl bosses who are probably unfulfilled because they're trying to succeed in the...
I'm not gonna lie. This probably goes super hard, though, if you're dumb as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine after a long day of working your shit-ass IT job that you absolutely despise, you come home, okay? you turn on your goon cave. You got Asmongold on one screen, okay? He's doing the damn thing. He's doing it. That the mad lad speaking truth to power, okay? DEI equals die. You know, you got this video on the other screen. This guy's talking about whamming and executive leadership in video games. That sucks. Okay. You fire off the dino nuggies. Your mom used to make them. Now you have to make them yourself. Okay. You get in your jammies. You sit down at your goon cave commander station and you just kick back with the boys in the Discord server, okay? You guys are fucking really laying it into people. You're laying it into those goddamn gays and the whammons. That's it. That's a good night. No fucking future prospects. No wife, okay? Barely making ends meet. Probably gonna get fucking, probably gonna get kicked out of the apartment soon because they're gonna knock that shit down and build a goddamn luxury condominium so the fucking landlord can make more money. But hey, in that brief moment, all of that goes away. You eat the dino nuggies and you think about how women and gays ain't shit. Okay, you're wrong about this. Quality of games has absolutely gone down, but as with everything, it's due to the capitalism, not woke. Yes and no. I've talked about this quite extensively. There is definitely a lot of corporate monopolization that has taken place. A lot of big developers, publishers just basically becoming these like ginormous corporations. There's a lot of money to be made. So yes, you're right. There's a lot of slop out there. There's a lot of IP juggling, and there is a lot of same old bullshit year over year. This is something that I used to talk about it as like the EA-ification of gaming. Because when I was younger, and I'm probably around the same age as a lot of these fucking losers who constantly chirp about games ain't shit no more because women and gays. When I was younger, that was the major publisher that did that, right? EA basically created the model of like giving you that same slop every single year. Okay? It was marginally improved. I mean, look no further than like FIFA and the crowds in FIFA, right? They just never really improved that. And then Call of Duty came in and basically did that as well. And now a lot of major developers do this. Like they just come in, make the same exact game, exact same formula, maybe marginally different, okay? Just marginally changed a little bit. And on top of that, they added microtransactions, they added DLCs, they added releasing video games when they're incomplete, with that sometimes can even be unplayable, crunch. Virtually everything here is due to the profit incentive, as the video game industry has become a multi-billion-dollar, if not trillion-dollar enterprise. And yet, in the same vein as Republicans constantly thinking it's not actually the politicians that are fucking me over, it's just the Democrats because they care about trans people, who cares about healthcare? A lot of gamers have also fallen to the whims of reactionary politics in the exact same way. Okay? That's it. Live service games, loot boxes, microtransactions, DLCs, incomplete video games being released. None of that has anything to do with whamming and queer people in gaming, okay? There's always been whamming and queer people on the developer side. They've always existed. They've been responsible for some of your favorite games, okay? As a matter of fact, something that a lot of people forget is that video games are art. Who makes art? Gay people, okay? Who makes art? Women and gay people. So the notion that they have not existed in the gaming industry in perpetuity is fucking ridiculous, okay? So it's not a new phenomena. Let's continue.
Corporate world, instead of having children at home like God designed them to. And don't you love Phil's cute little Doom shirt? Like, hey guys, I'm still one of the bros, right?
Dude, this is another thing that's really funny. Yeah, women should be at home as God designed them is such a funny thing. Dude, God would smite you, okay? You fucking heathen. You goddamn heretic. Do you think God's design for you is to sit around with a fucking thumb in your ass as you're trying to fucking get the shit that you couldn't push out after eating 7 bags of fucking Doritos as you write this goddamn YouTube video? You think that's your destiny? You think that's what God had for you? No. Under normal circumstances, you should be on the fucking front lines getting hit with a goddamn mallet to the head, okay? And you're out by 24. That's it. Lights out. None of this shit. Oh, women should be in the kitchen. Okay, how about you? Should men just be constantly fucking crying about video games online? Is that what men are supposed to do? Wah, wah, wah. Look at me.
Look, like, we could still hang, right? Nah, Phil, you're trash. You got cucked, dude. You're useless. So I have found that there are still people out there who deny the simple fact that games have gone woke, homo, and gay in 2024.
Games
so in
have
this
gone
video, I'm
woke.
going to literally prove it to you.
Oh, this guy's brilliant. Games have gone woke, homo, and gay in 2024. I love this guy.
Using science. What we will do is read the back of the box description of 6 random games from 2024, and then we will read the back of the box descriptions of 6 random games from the 2000s. And if what
I'm sure they will be very random. Yeah. Famously, the best games that came out in 2024 are these random games that he chose, as opposed to the entire decade of the 2000s, where he basically chose some of the best fucking games. Look at this totally random list. Like, what are the top games of 2024? Okay, let's see. What are some of the best games that came out in 2024? Okay. Let's take a look. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull up a list. Best video game so far. I'm going to pull up an IGN list too, which is going to be woke and gay, I suspect. Just to refresh my memory. Alan Wake 2, woke and gay, of course. Another Crab's Treasure, Batman Arkham Shadow, Black Myth Wukong came out in 2024, woke and gay. Okay, everybody knows. By the way, Deus Ex is an incredibly woke game, but we're not even going to get into that. That's really funny that this guy doesn't think it's woke and gay, but that's fine. Oh, God, IGN is so ass. Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Thanks, IGN. Some of the best games in 2024 right here. Deep Rock Galactic Survivor is sick. I played it before. Dragon's Dogma 2 was all right. It was not that great. I'll admit. I mean, the combat system was kind of cool. Never played Final Fantasy, so I can't speak on that. Elden Ring DLC. Was that 2024? That was 2024, right? Elden Ring DLC. Not woke and not gay, even though it's pretty woke and pretty gay. You skipped over Diablo? Yeah, it's because it's a DLC. I don't really care about that much. My point is, I waited for 10 years for Dragon's Dogma 2 and Capcom shot me out of a cannon. Okay, in his defense, as someone who loves Final Fantasy VII, it is woke and gay. Well, the reality of the matter is many of the games that he's pointing to are woke that he likes. Most of these guys basically look at games that they don't enjoy and immediately brand them as woke. Okay? Games that they do enjoy, not woke. That's I call this the Baldur's Gate conundrum. Okay? Baldur's Gate is incredibly woke and also incredibly gay. It featured all of the gender customization options that these clowns always fucking cry about, always complain about. But why did nobody run around and call it woke and gay? It's because it was a good game. It was a good game that gamers enjoyed playing. That's it. That's it. Same with Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk had trans representation, all the fucking woke and gay gender shit that you can do in most RPGs at this point. Okay? Why is Cyberpunk not woke and gay? Because it's fun. Because it's good, especially now. I mean, it wasn't. It was a little bit of a flop when it first came out, even though I was lucky enough to be able to enjoy it because I was able to play it. But, you know, for those who were able to play the game, I long have maintained the position that Cyberpunk was excellent. Yeah. A response to the Baldur's Gate was that it allowed you to be whatever you wanted. Yeah, it's just like, Murat, door's open. He's here. Your food's here. Reset Era literally canceled you for being transphobic due to Cyberpunk. Reset Era literally canceled you for being transphobic due to Cyberpunk. I got banned on that thread for defending you. Oh, for Cyberpunk because they were saying Cyberpunk is actually not. Yeah, that was when gamers on the other side were going fucking way too far and bitching and crying and shitting and pissing in their pants. When Asmongold started Elden Ring in 2021, he didn't care about the body type 1 and 2 during that character creation. Now he cries every time he sees that. Yes, because this is totally nonsensical bullshit, okay? It's just, this plays the same role as jiggling keys in front of the eyes of a baby. That's it. And I don't know how else to explain it to people. People will constantly say, "Oh, Hassan, you're not a real gamer, okay? You look like you have at least the capability to have sex if you would like to, and therefore not a real gamer. You need to not shower for a month and then maybe gain like a couple pounds and atrophy your muscle mass, and then we can have another conversation about your gamer cred." But that's it. The thing that I'm annoyed about, and I guess I'm a centrist on this issue, is that there are people out there who think art consumption is the end all be all of showcasing how woke you are as well. And this kind of attitude dominated the late 2010s and maybe even a little bit into the early 2020s. Okay. From liberals. Liberals did this all the time. That's the reason why so many people yelled at me and said I was transphobic for defending cyberpunk, for example. Or so many people yelled at me and said I was transphobic for saying trying to boycott Hogwarts Legacy is a silly thing to do. Okay? And a lot of people got in their feelings and they did this thing where they were like, no, you don't understand. This game is not woke, so I will not be consuming it. Okay? Now gamers who never really stopped doing that on the other side have really, really accelerated this attitude on the right. Okay? Reactionary gamers love talking about how I'm not going to play this video game because it's a video game that's too woke. Okay? It's fucking stupid. I just want good video games. I don't care. It says nothing about your morality or your politics if you are playing or consuming any sort of media. Okay? That's it. It says nothing, and especially about video games. Okay? Incel's trying to cope and say Cyberpunk is right-wing, actually. This has 18K likes. CD Projekt Red, absolutely clownish DEI behavior. It's everywhere. Data and facts are clear. Most original Witcher devs are gone. Devs mocked fans not long ago, but this is different. BlackRock is right. Clueless consumers will keep consuming. What? ESG ambitions? Diversity and inclusion at CD Projekt Red? Oh, these guys are so stupid. An outright sign of brutal violence in the marketing overcomes the woke and gay. At the end of the day, there's a Reddit post about you on Dustborn and they hate you. I kind of feel bad because I feel like there were definitely a lot of Hasanabi heads that worked on Dustborn. And I do feel kind of bad because I ain't making video games, you know what I mean? Like I should have put more respect on it. Even if someone is making like a very silly video game in an effort to put forth a political message that I might not necessarily agree with, it's still a video game that they made, you know? Nah, it was awful and they should feel bad. I don't think so. It was made with government grants too, I think, from the Norwegian government. Sometimes I get sad when devs hear stuff like that. No, they're right. CD Projekt Red should only make games about being Polish. You have to farm a bunch of dust and then beg to use a single computer. No DI games from them. Anyway, what? Cyberpunk 2077 could be as woke as it wanted because it was fundamentally a dystopia and you're supposed to hate this modern society and its values. That's why in its efforts to be woke, it only became more right-wing. Wait, what? This is literally bad media analysis, but from the opposing side. Because I argued against people who routinely said this actually was a over-sexualization and fetishization of trans people, and it was actually problematic for that reason, where I had to explain to people that no, it is a right-wing dystopia, okay? Bad things are going to exist, and that is the reason why this isn't like trans representation. This is the fetishization and commodification of trans people, okay? As sexual objects, as objects of sexual desire, because it's supposed to be a fucking right-wing dystopia. This guy literally thought that this is fucking woke. Oh my God. Oh shit, I've never noticed that cock before. Yeah, she got a girl cock. Hard one too. Trans people were mad about this. They were like, this is fucked up. You're fetishizing trans people. Like, this game is actually so not woke, is what they said, ironically. And now right-wing gamers are saying the same shit. But in the opposite side, where they're like, no, actually, this is really woke, and therefore this ad is actually quote unquote woke, but because it's cyberpunk is anti-woke, they're making fun of this or something. Okay. Yes, I know my stream overlays are off. I know. And that is because they break sometimes. I don't know why. I worked on Cyberpunk. I also worked on the trans character Claire, also played by a trans actress who got no recognition. The conversation around the game's launch drove me nuts. Yeah, it was a great game. It had great trans representation in general. And yes, of course, sometimes, like in a fucking capitalist dystopia like Cyberpunk universe, there is going to be hyper commodification and also hypersexualization of trans people. That is, bad things exist in the world, and art is supposed to reflect those bad things. If you try to sanitize art and make sure that artistic expression is stunted and only showcases good and none of the bad, then it's no longer a real expression. It's so fucking stupid. My point is, and this is why I'm saying I'm a goddamn centrist on this issue a little bit, is that both sides do this. The right does it all the time, and they're way more annoying than the left on this issue. Okay? Especially because no one on the right, as far as I understand, checks the rest of the right. In the same way that, like, I, as a leftist, routinely yell at radlibs who look at artistic expression and say, we must sanitize it. We must sanitize it. It is not woke enough. Okay? Anyway, let's get back to this dumbass video.
What I'm saying is true. We should notice a feminization, a pussification, a gayification of video games that has happened the past 20 years. And before you bring up that video games don't have boxes anymore in 2024, calm your tits, you know what I mean. So to find 6 modern games, I didn't have to look very far. I literally just went to the front page of Xbox Game Pass and found these games. This is clearly what Phil and his team of homos actually expects us men to play. Here they are. Creatures of...
Expect us men to play. Men. Dude. If you are, one, so goddamn insecure about your manhood that you can't play a single game with like women in it or, you know, like a cute game, then you're not a man at all. That's number one. Number two, okay? What kind of fucking game you play does not make you more of a man, you delusional, insecure loser. Holy fuck, dude. I cannot comprehend the fragility. I just don't understand how these guys are not more embarrassed. I really think the hug box shit actually broke so many people's brains. Like, guys like this that have attitudes like this never go outside in the real world, never have anybody check them to be like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? The masculine gaming? Like, what do you mean? Go play your fucking video games, dumbass. Like there's no shame anymore. No third spaces, no walkable cities, no interaction with your fellow man that could just turn around and be like, the fuck do you mean a masculine game? It's a video game, dude. Like, the average person over the age of 35 right now still thinks like playing video games is for children, okay? That is the reality of the broad majority of people. If you were to go up to a person like this, okay, after not showering for a month and a half with your greasy ass fucking hair, and you were like, yeah, I'll have you know, sir, video games are no longer masculine. They'd be like, why are you talking to me? Why are you, ew, get away from me, you fucking freak, okay? Like, what do you mean video games are no longer as masculine? It's like men used to go to war, man. What are you talking about? Go work at a fucking construction site, please. Go work at a job site. The fuck do you mean video games are no longer masculine?
Of Ava, Dungeons of Hinterberg, Flintlock Siege of Dawn, Flock, Magical Delicacy, and Chia. Now you might say, oh, Andrew, you're specifically picking out games aimed at children. No, dude, I'm literally just going to the front page of Game Pass, and these are 6 games featured on the front page of Game Pass. Also, side note, isn't it weird that these pedo developers are always making games aimed at kids?
These pedo developers, but also don't take away my lolly. These pedo developers. Yeah, why are they pedo developers? Because they're queer, and that's why they're pedo.
But that's a whole other thing I'm not going to get into right now. All right, so what games from the 2000s should we compare these with? These are 6 kind of random games that I just happened to pull off the shelf without thinking too much about it. They are Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30, Ride to Hell Retribution, Modern Warfare 2, Dark Sector, Deus Ex Human Revolution, Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena. And again, all I'm going to do here is read the description.
Dog, this is marketing, okay? This is marketing. I don't understand why these guys are so brain broken by capitalism that they mistake marketing for like what you're actually supposed to get out of the game. Chronicles of Riddick is an incredible game, not because of the box art or how they marketed it. It's an awesome game because I just really like future dystopian prison structures in general. I think that's like a very cool concept. That's why Andor is awesome. Anyway, but that's like Road to Hell Retribution. That game was unplayable crap. I don't know about that game. I've never even seen that one. And Deus Ex, for example, also, once again, capitalist dystopia in the future. Very political, very woke. Like, scratch the surface, please. I think these guys have lost touch with what makes us human, okay? You're not supposed to just look at the marketing and be like, that's it, you know? This is all woke and gay, and that's what my assessment is. You're supposed to play the fucking game and enjoy it. Play the game and hate it if you hate it too. Like, I mean, that can also happen for sure. I do believe he pulled them out randomly from a shelf. It's more of a representation of what his social conditioning told him was cool and hardcore and brutal, so he has to play it to be seen as cool in front of his friends. But playing video games does not make you more masculine or more feminine, okay? It's just a thing that you do. Back in the day, our parents used to tell us, don't judge a book by its cover. And that's all this guy is doing. He is just judging the games by their cover, literally. I very much doubt this dude believes any of the shit he's saying. He's literally using every buzzword he can to capture the attention of an Asmin/XCC viewer. I know.
And we will compare. 2024 Creatures of Ava. Let your empathy guide you as you play an exciting action-adventure creature saver game. Understand and tame the creatures of Ava and let them lead you through a variety of ecosystems, all in the hopes of saving the planet from a life-consuming infection. I also found out that the two main characters of this game are, of course, homosexual black women because, 2024. Let your...
This is what's crazy about this is like, I didn't even know this game existed, okay? I was clueless to the existence of this video game because I guess I'm a relatively healthy person. So for that reason, if something is not appealing to me, and not even on the basis of the video game main character being a black woman who is gay or whatever the fuck, but if something is not appealing to me, like a cozy game like this, then I just don't even see it. I don't understand why these guys can't comprehend that there could be video games out there that are not for them. Okay? That's it. It's like maybe if in the 90s, 100% of video games were geared towards him. Now, 95% of games are geared towards his interests. And now there's also a 5% of games that are not geared towards his immediate interests. And he sees the 5% and he goes, I'm losing my mind. Why do they have this? Why is this allowed? They should make it illegal. It's not like, it's just pure selfishness. You know what I mean? The assumption that this is like, who is this for? This is for nobody. It's like, no, I'm sure there's people that play this fucking game. You know what I mean? That's why they made it. And I don't understand, even if they're making it for virtually no one, what is it to you? Why do you fucking care? It doesn't make any sense. I just don't understand it. Can you imagine an artist, okay, an impressionist decides to paint a painting, okay? And for the first time ever, he decides to paint a prostitute rather than the naked body of a prostitute, rather than the only imagery that was allowed in previous artistic expression, if there were any naked women at all, was, angels, right? But now you're going against the grain. You've decided to paint a prostitute, a naked body of a woman, but a prostitute nonetheless. Who the fuck cares? Why would you get mad at that? Like, what are you, a fucking psychopath? It's just not for you. Move on. Also, I'm giving you, that's not a bad example. That is a real example from the real world. I'm explaining to you actual art history, okay? Like, can you imagine being like, excuse me, Mr. Monet, sir, you're supposed to make art just for me. Medieval gooner. Manet, not Monet. Okay? You're right. Thank you. Thank you, Lil Bear. Manet, sir! Why have you done this fucking thing? I don't like it. You've painted a woman. It's not allowed. Why have you painted a naked lady that is a sex worker, a prostitute, and not a naked baby that is supposed to be a fucking angel? Art is becoming woke. I hate it. Off with your head. French, not British. Okay, shut up. It's medieval gooner is always going to be a British accent. I don't know how to do a medieval French accent. Okay? Haas, you're missing a fundamental point that they believe that we do not. They believe in concepts of overpopulation and therefore that resources could be used for a white male-oriented gaming is being wasted on queer-aimed games. This is the flaw in their logic. There is enough resources when they aren't being hoarded by the elites for everyone to get their share. I mean, that's fucking insane. That's insane. If you think that the real reason why games don't hit no more is because like 5% of the video games are not immediately being marketed to you, you are the dumbest person on the planet. 100% of the gaming industry is dominated by the interests of capital. Okay? Whether it is the 5% that's targeted towards queer gamers or female gamers or whatever the fuck, or the 95% that is still targeted towards the unwashed masses, okay? It's all to make money. And the real reasons as to why some games, especially AAA or quadruple A titles now, suck is directly because of the profit incentive and has nothing to do with like, you know, more queer people doing queer visibility in video games. You're just a fucking dumbass who actually believes this nonsensical bullshit, and you know they can keep farming you forever. There has not been a single moment throughout gaming history where like queer people, gay people, trans people, women in general have not been involved in the artistic mode of video game creation. Okay, they have always existed. As a matter of fact, that's precisely the reason why the overwhelming majority of developers are significantly more progressive than the garbage slop demanding monsters on the YouTube side that seemingly fucking resent video games in general. And I think it's due to more complicated reasons than video games have become too woke and too gay now. Okay? The developer side is infinitely more progressive in general. I wonder why. And always has been, mind you, always. Like the greatest example exactly, it's Samus, right? Metroid. That is, and I can do this fucking example for a million different things. I can talk about like how much these guys chirp about, trans people or drag queens or whatever, when like throughout American history, you know, drag queens have always existed. And it's like almost a universal thing, right? It's just that now people think, oh, that means you're trans and that's actually bad or whatever the fuck. And people have gotten mad about things like Mrs. Doubtfire. You know, Mrs. Doubtfire is an example of like the permissibility of drag. Okay, a massively successful movie that people never really considered to be bad in any way, shape, or form, or morally degenerate in any way, shape, or form. Now it's Mrs. Wokefire. You know, it's so stupid. And the same goes for gaming as well. Like Samus being a woman, right? I feel like now these goddamn losers would be losing their fucking minds. They're like, oh, this is woke. This is so DEI. They made Metroid a woman. It's like, dude, can you just take a deep breath and maybe reconsider that like all of these YouTube guys are just basically trying to farm you? Is that ever a consideration? Like, if you're one of these people, and unfortunately, I'm preaching to the choir here. I don't think there's many, even though Asmongold claims that I'm trying to cancel him now. So maybe some of his fans will be in here to, you know, demand that I get banned or some shit, not recognizing the irony. So hopefully, if they're accidentally in here, this is my plea to you. Okay, take a deep breath and think critically, logically, with reason. Okay, for a brief moment. Do you think there is maybe any incentive for a lot of these YouTube slop tubers to just simply fucking lie about this shit to try to whip you up into a frenzy? Okay? Really reconsider it. Okay? Just think about it. there's never really been a period in time where art, no matter what the medium, has not been progressive. Okay? That's it. Art has always been progressive. Art has always been made by progressive people. It is always going to reflect some progressive values. Why do you get so bent out of shape when you see that in your consumption? Why didn't you get bent out of shape in the 90s and in the early 2000s when it also still existed? Because a lot of the things that even now you don't consider to be woke because you enjoy it are still very much woke. And a lot of the things that you think are failing because they're quote unquote woke are not failing because they're quote unquote woke, but because they just suck. It's slop.
Empathy guide you? Like, what the hell? I don't I don't play video games to let my empathy guide me in, ooh, I want to be gay and collect creatures and like this game just sounds retarded. Let's be
Like, this is getting mad at like, what's the name of the Animal Crossing? It's like getting upset that Animal Crossing exists. You know what I mean? No, I don't want to collect creatures. Like, well, this is woke and gay. Okay, Pokemon. You know, Pokemon is woke and gay. What is the agenda here? They're just trying to make us all woke and gay. Terraria is woke and gay.
honest. So now let's compare this with a game from 20 years ago. 2005, Brothers in Arms wrote to
Oh, sick game. Great fucking game, by the way.
Hill 30. The back of the box says this: they would sacrifice everything except each other. Like, damn, dude, just grabs you by the balls. Like, that is the back of a box. I'm like, okay, I'm interested now. That is a dope intro for a back of the box. It goes on: the night before D-Day, 1944, the paratroopers of the 101st Airborne Division are dropped into Normandy and scattered behind enemy lines. As Sergeant Matt Baker, lead your squad through 8 harrowing days that will define history and unite you forever as brothers in
Yeah, bro. If you want to get grabbed by the balls by a video game box copy, that's a little sus.
arms. Like, bro, like the balls of these games description. I
The
have to go
balls.
play this game now. See, this is what's honestly missing from the 2024 homo trash. Like, nothing is good anymore. Nothing grabs us. This is why video games profits are down. And they've completely quit catering to their base market of men. Next game, 2024 Dungeons of Hinterberg. Armed with a sword and a turret.
Yeah, bro plays gender affirming video games. Like, that's crazy. Like, you're out of your fucking mind, dog. You are straight up a total weirdo if you think that playing a World War II game is making you more of a man as opposed to this like woke game is making you more of a woman or some shit. I don't understand how we got here, but at some point, shame just completely dropped off the map, and these guys openly, actively turned these things, these attitudes, these opinions that they should have basically kept to themselves. They put it on the forefront, and they turned this into like a political movement. It is very strange to me. I genuinely don't understand it. Maybe because I'm old, but like, if you personally think that the introduction of like a woke and gay indie game is basically trying to forcibly make you trans or something, I mean, you're an embarrassing person. Like, playing Brothers in Arms does not make you a warrior. Okay? You're just playing a video game. Like, you didn't actually experience D-Day. Okay? You're still the same guy. I hope you understand that.
Guide. Explore the beautiful alpine village of Hinterberg and uncover the magic hidden within its dungeons. Master magic, solve puzzles, slay monsters. All this and more awaits you in Hinterberg.
Isn't this just also like, isn't this just Zelda? Like, it's an indie version of Zelda. Like, is Zelda woke and gay too? Is that what's going on? Like, the previous game he was shitting on was basically indie Pokemon. This game that he's shitting on is basically indie Zelda. Are these games also woke and gay? I assume they are, right? Well, I guess they're not because they're Japanese, and Japanese are not woke.
Like, okay, I like swords, but based on the game's art style, I know within the first 5 minutes,
we for sure have a man who dresses in women's clothes in our team.
meeting
Wait,
somebody's non-binary boyfriend. Like, nah, dude, I'm good. Now compare this with the 2013 masterpiece Ride to Hell Retribution. Back of the box says this: 2 fists, 2 wheels, no rules. Now it's a little...
I don't understand. Why is he presenting a dog shit game that I don't even remember when it came out? I don't think I've ever played this game, but chatters are saying that this game was like unplayable and it sucks. Why is he... This is a meme video. I don't know if this guy is... I don't think this dude is making a meme. I'm not even kidding. Because we looked at his other videos, or at least the titles of the other videos, and it doesn't seem like it was a meme. At first, I thought it was because it was so... He was laying it on so thick that I was like, oh, come on. He's like making a mockery of people who genuinely think this way. But I do actually think... I actually think this is a real thing that he believes.
Cheesy, but I already know one thing. This game has balls, but it gets better. A lone rider, Jake Conway, locked in a battle to the death against a ruthless gang of bikers called the Devil's Hand. Okay, and you got a hot chick on the back. Like, dude, I'm in. I want to play this game now. These 2024 games will be 3 sentences long and still can't grab my attention. And then with like one word, this 2013 game completely has me by the balls. Like, guys, it kind of makes me sad that America actually used to export like cool stuff to the world. And now it's just homo woke garbage that America is exporting. Like, I know you dudes in Europe know what I'm talking about.
Dude, constantly complaining that video games don't just have hard dick dudes is infinitely gayer than taking your homie's dick and bouncing on it, okay? This is ridiculous. It's like, why aren't there any sexy fucking men with their pectorals out, okay? Why aren't they all over the place dominating people, dominating women? Oh, I just want to think about their hard cocks. I want them to grab me by their balls. Why aren't there more hot jacked men in my video games? Bouncing on your bro's penis is infinitely less gay than whatever the fuck this video is, okay?
Like, America used to export, you know, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, the Stallone movies, like all of the awesome stuff of the 80s and 90s. And look at like the homo trash garbage that America is exporting today. And it's such a shame. Next game, 2024 Flintlock Siege of Dawn. Step into the boots of Noor Van Anik, an elite member of the Coalition Army, joined by Inky, a mysterious fox-like companion, in their quest for vengeance against the gods. Guided by Inky, who shared...
They would have called Predator woke today. Yeah, Predator is woke. It quite literally is woke. Most art is woke. It's made by mostly queer people. That art is usually made by the fucking woke queer people, okay? Like, I just don't... Like, yeah, of course Predator is fucking woke. It's all woke. Like, The Matrix, also woke. The only thing that I guess changes the dynamic for these guys is whether they enjoyed it or if they have some kind of nostalgia boner for it and they just suspect that it's made by straight, burly men and their masculine expressions.
Shares his knowledge of the world with you. Your combat skills and traversal abilities will be imbued with this magical powers, making you a duo to be reckoned with. Like, nah, dude, it just sounds gay. It sounds queer. Why is every game like this now? It's always some magical nonsense that never sounds cool. It's like none of these developers beta tested any of these ideas with normal guys.
These guys, yeah. These dudes, they would hate playing these video games, dude. This is the target demographic. Me, by the way, I'm one of these guys. This is me and the boys, okay?
Guarantee you get a bunch of straight dudes in a room and they would tell you this idea was terrible. Oh, but the cherry on...
It's so funny to post a photo of the USC football team, okay? How old is that photo? No, it's just like, again, I can't tell if this is fucking parody or not. He's mocking the box text while showing the main character Hatchet murdering everyone. Yeah, it's just, none of it fucking makes sense. This guy got debated by a dude called Ackman, got humiliated. Ackman TV uploaded on his channel, and Indy tried to copy strike him only for it to fail. Am I insane, or is he saying magic is gay? He's all over the place, man. He is straight up all over the place. It doesn't make sense because guess what? This is not coming from a place of a coherent worldview. is just an angry loser who knows that there are a shit ton of angry losers out there, which is why there's 1.3 million views on this fucking video. Okay. Like, you got a dude who is just an angry fucking loser chirping and recognizing that as long as he says something is woke and gay, that a lot of other angry losers who also feel the same way will watch it and, you know, get him some sweet ad revenue. I don't think half these guys legitimately, I don't think half these guys legitimately think, okay, hold on. There's a lot of commotion here because my mom has entered the fray. It could neither be sincere nor parody, but just good old capitalism incentivized fake outrage made for money without concern either way. I know. It is basic bottom of the barrel anger, okay? It's anger, frustration. It's anger and frustration masquerading as like some kind of coherent worldview where everything sucks because woke, everything sucks because gay. And unfortunately for many normal people, the more we experience the world through the lens of hyper niche online communities, the more this kind of attitude normalizes and it becomes a normal part of our lives. We get this reaffirmation from the consistent positive feedback we get from like-minded individuals with no normal human with a opinion that actually contradicts this, capable of checking you, okay? You just develop these massive, massive echo chambers. And I think the more we find ourselves online without any sort of real world experience, without any sort of back and forth communication in the real world, the more this kind of stuff is going to blow up. Wait, this is what he looks like? Oh my God. You definitely see the way the comments in these videos are all the same. Yeah, everyone has turned into a fucking bot, dude. It is actually crazy. You're like fucking 50 years old crying about like children's games. This is akin to saying, I went to Toys R Us and I saw toys for little children. This is the pussification of America. It's like, dude, they're toys, man. Maybe they're not for you. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm too normal, but when I see a video game that is not marketed to my specific taste, I don't lose my fucking mind over it. I just go, okay, that's not for me. This is akin to complaining that like Target sells tampons. Okay. Why is not every single thing catered to my immediate desires? I have no use for a tampon. This is woke. This is DEI. Like, have you maybe considered that not every single thing that you see online or in the real world is supposed to be to your specific taste, catering to whatever your desires are? You know?
On top, of course, is
here's a 30-second dev commentary by Mark Laidlaw on how they approached this stuff back in 2013. Timestamp for voice line is 1935.
Project Lil is our code name for an internal push to make our comments more accessible to the whole Valve community. It was pointed out to us in mail from a fan that in some of our previous commentary, the designers referred unfailingly to the gamer as a he. Although in natural speech, most of us normally tend to say they and their rather than he and his, some stuffy, overactive minion of the grammar police went through and revised all those usages to make them conform to an oppressive gender-biased rule. However, research shows that they and their is a perfectly acceptable and even older form, and we're happy to fall back on it and let people talk the way they normally talk, and screw the so-called rules that alienate our fans. Thanks, Lil.
There you go. Woke and gay all the way back in 2013. Okay? Valve is woke and gay all the way back in 2013, dude. How far back does this go?
Is this black female lesbian girl boss as the main character? Like, F off, dude. I'm not playing. I think it's a woman. It might be a man. It might be a they, them. All right, jumping back to the 2000s. And I know this isn't fair to compare this game, but it just popped off my shelf. 2009.
Good thing they don't make Call of Duties anymore. Yeah, they stopped making them because woke.
9 Modern Warfare 2. Back of the box says this. Modern Warfare 2 continues the gripping and heart-racing action as players face off against a new threat dedicated to bringing the world to the brink of collapse. Like, yes, dude, I want to know that new threat dedicated to bringing the world to the brink of collapse. Also, if you had played Call of Duty before this, you're kind of already invested, so it's a great tagline. 2024 game, Flock. Flock is a multiplayer co-op game about the joy of flight and collecting adorable flying creatures with your friends. Soar through beautiful landscapes, seeking out rare and elusive creatures to add to your flock. Like, dude, this shit is gay. Like, this is either designed for a 5-year-old.
Like, why is he not comparing, I don't know, like the current Call of Duty to the previous Call of Duty? Why are you comparing a Call of Duty to a totally random indie game that I have not seen at all up until this video?
For a 30-year-old gay man, or it's designed for a woman, but none of those people are buying Xboxes. Like, Phil, you're retarded and your company's going to go out of business if you keep this up. All right, jumping back to the 2000s, this is a good one. Dark Sector 2008. Become the ultimate weapon. The virus, the source of your pain. Your enemy, your power. Unleash the deadly power of the glaive and become the...
Does he think that games like this don't exist anymore? Like, what is happening? Like, just fucking play Warframe, man.
Hero. Like, dude, that's the back of a box right there. Now I'm intrigued. Now I'm like, whoa, a virus? My power? What is the glaive? Like, what is this?
There is there is nothing more masculine and manly than sitting around and arguing over ad copy. Okay? Do you understand? Advertisement copywriting. This is the most hyper masculine thing you can do. Advertisement copywriting for video games. That is all this video is about. At its root, the only thing he's talking about is advertisement copywriting in video games. Okay? It's akin to looking at the failed initiatives in the early 2000s where the bro macho advertisement initiatives that came out, like what was the Dr. Pepper, but for men only? Wasn't there like a manly Dr. Pepper or whatever the fuck? It's just he wants to go back to the Dr. Pepper 10 for dudes only. Like, he wants to go back to a society where they just have manly Dr. Pepper, none of this gay shit like Dr. Pepper cream and soda, 0 sugar. That's for women, which unironically was a massive failure. And that's precisely the reason why they stopped doing that, by the way.
I want to become the ultimate weapon. Like, in the 2000s, games were made by straight dudes. And in 2020, games are made by mostly gay men and women. Like, it's that simple. Men, actual straight men, we want power. We want cool weapons. We want, deadly powers and glaives and becoming the ultimate weapon. That sounds cool. But if you're a gay man or a woman or a child, none of which are people who actually play video games, then you want...
Yeah, dude, that's right. Child. A famous constituency that never plays video games. Also, here are all the video games I played as a child. Like, what are you saying, dude? The notion that, like, gay men and women don't play video games is so fucking outdated. It is so stupid, but it's extra stupid when you add the demographic of children into this argument. So much of this devolves into, hey, maybe that's not for you, and that's okay. Have you ever considered that not everything is supposed to be catered to your immediate needs? It's that simple.
To collect adorable creatures. It really comes down to that. 2024, Magical Delicacy, and I've made fun of this game before. A wholesome pixel art platformer. Cook magical delicacies from a vast collection of ingredients in your own shop. Explore an unfamiliar town and deliver tasty treats to the townsfolk. Like,
I think maybe this is like a way for these ridiculous nerds to also feel more powerful. It's like making fun of children and like making fun of women, making fun of like indie developers to be like, I'm so masculine. It's like a way to make up for what you're lacking in your real life. You know what I mean? It's like a bully, like a playground bully. You know what I mean? Like, what a strange thing to do. Like, why are you like, there are video games that are specifically designed and marketed to women, right? Young girls, as a matter of fact. It's like getting mad that Dress to Impress exists, okay? It's like, why are they making Roblox Dress to Impress? How dare you? How dare you make such a game? It should not be Dress to Impress. It should be Roblox Genocide Simulator for manly men. Make everything for me. Yeah, getting mad that Sailor Moon exists. Like, why was this made? It's not for me. I hate this. Stardew Valley, that's woke and gay. Animal Crossing, no more. Like, how fucking developmentally stunted do you have to be to just not recognize that this is just not for you and you should just leave it alone?
No, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, no straight guy has ever thought, I want to deliver taste.
Also, straight up, I'm sorry. I know, you know, the wokes in my community are going to get mad at me for saying this, but there is 0% chance that this dude is not consistently jerking off to the gayest of porns, okay? Like dude, I'm sorry. No one is this hyper specifically anti-gay and constantly trying to talk about how not gay they are, unless, you know, there's a little bit of that thought. And it's not even a little bit of that thought, by the way. There's a lot of that thought in there. Like, this is not a Ben Shapiro or a Matt Walsh style situation where they're like straight and also homophobic. This is a Steven Crowder style situation where their homophobia is guided. Their anger and resentment, I think, is certainly guided by the anger that they feel, that they cannot express themselves openly. They can express their sexuality openly.
Treats to the townsfolk. That is something women would do, but that is not something a straight guy would be like, ooh, I want to deliver tasty treats. Jumping back to a classic from the 2000s, Deus Ex Human Revolution 2000.
Very woke and very gay, by the way. Yeah, this is a Benny Johnson style situation.
2011. The big text says, the truth will change you. Like, damn, son, what truth? I have to know. What is being hidden from me?
Bro, you can't be serious. This is so hyper invested in advertisement copy. I'm losing my fucking mind.
It goes on.
Damn, son, this marketing initiative is so sick. Like,
critically injured after a deadly attack, Adam Jensen undergoes a life-saving operation, augmenting him with powerful cybernetics. Caught in the middle of a vast conspiracy, Adam's choices will affect both himself and all of humanity as he seeks answers across the globe. Like, dude, I am rock hard right now. Like, I want to play this game. I don't want to play.
I'm rock hard crawling up this dude's ass. Dude, yeah, you are. Oh, yeah, you are. We know you are, brother. We know. Oh, my God. No, this is why this could be satire. This could be brilliant satire, okay? I'm still not sure if this guy is just like doing a super 5-head play here to just farm delusional gamers with rage bait while also making a mockery of them. I can't in good conscience assume that this is a real person that exists in the real world, even though you guys said that he also debated his thoughts with Ackman. Like, I can't believe that this is how stupid a person can get. Like, any person, not even a person with like, I'm not even saying like, oh, you can't be like a YouTuber with this level of idiocy. Okay. Just generally.
Anything about collecting adorable creatures or delivering gay treats to people's houses, I want to play whatever Human Revolution is about. And it's funny because, like, I can't put my finger on exactly what made 2000s games so good, but it has something to do with men. Dude, we're dudes and we want gay.
Dog, come on. No. He's not saying Kojimbo is not woke and gay. Wait.
Games about dudes. And we want games about male transformation and identity and a man who is going through something, who is actually a man. I can't really describe what made the 2000s games so good.
Wait,
other
what?
than that they're focused exclusively on the male.
Virtually every single game that he mentioned has a modern version, was also woke and gay back then, and is still woke and gay in their modern versions. Okay? I can't, he's trolling, right? He's talking about, it's not satire because he's not doing it for any purpose other than making money. He's not sincere, but he's pandering. You think that's the reason? I don't know if this is sincere. It just has so much, it has so many markers. Like, we want dudes transforming. You're already my favorite YouTuber. Keep speaking the truth, brother. Call of Duty in 2009, no Russian. Call of Duty in 2024, no gender. Bro has no filter. It is straight to the point. 25,000 likes. Bro didn't sugarcoat it. He just started blasting. Like, no, dude, that's gay. Needs to be on a t-shirt. Bro, time travel from 2004 to shit talk an entire industry like a COD lobby.
Psyche. Because it was men playing the games. It's always been men playing the games. So as long as Sony and Xbox don't realize this obvious fact and keep designing games for 14-year-old girls, for women, and for gay men, I truly think Xbox is going to go out of business and Sony will go out of business if they don't figure out who their audience is quickly. 2024 game.
Yeah, the gaming industry is going to go out of business, dude. Oh my God. First of all, don't you want them to go out of business? You resent gaming. Like, it seems like you want them to go out of business. Don't you want it to perish? Don't you want it to fall apart so that they can go back to the drawing board and make games only for you, I guess? Except that hasn't happened. Unfortunately, they've become more and more profitable year over year. And it's not because they're doing woke and gay shit, by the way, even though that probably plays a certain role because then you can expand the different markets, right? But the real reason why it's more lucrative is because they're doing all this awful shit, like recycling the same old IP, nostalgia baiting, mass layoffs immediately after year-over-year record profits, live service gaming, DLCs, incomplete and unfinished games on release, no real testing done, beta testing in real time with actual fucking paying consumers, microtransactions, loot boxes. These are all the real reasons why gaming has become unimaginably lucrative year over year, and also partially, more dog shit. Having said that, however, there are still incredible games that come out, luckily, okay? It's just there's more games out there, okay? There's more of them, and some of them are not immediately catered to your specific needs and demands. Don't forget cutting content out of the game and selling it as a pre-order bonus. That too, yes. Yeah, remember when they were complaining that Space Marine 2 was woke? Contains overtly pro-DEI messaging. The Ultramarine scene in game are improbably diverse. Features frontline female combatants, including an improbable female authority figure. Absolutely insane stuff overall. This entire video reads like Mac from Always Sunny when he was closeted still and talking about dominating other dudes and ass blasting. Yeah, it does have heavy Mac vibes.
Chia. A tropical open world adventure. Take control of any animal or...
This is the other thing that I don't understand. Dude, you're a video game commentary guy. Why are you doing nerd voice? That's you. Like, you're doing nerd voice while dunking on a video game designed specifically for children. Okay? Like, that's just you. You're the fucking, actually, this video game does not specifically cater to my needs and expectations. It's made for children. Why is it made for children? That's not nerd voice. It is gay lisp. Oh, this is gay voice? Just sounds like fucking his normal voice to me. I don't know.
Object you can find and jam on your fully playable ukulele. Like, no, dude, this just sounds like some cozy garbage trash game. Like, if I wanted to, if I wanted to chill out and do nothing, I would just go do.
Dude, if you are over the age of 30 and you're pressed by video games specifically designed for children, you should honestly stop. Just stop. Just stop it. You know what I mean when I say this, okay? Just stop existing, okay? Just reset. Go back to the drawing board, figure out a new thing, okay? Because this is, I can't say what I truly think here. You are pathetic. You are less than human, okay? Straight up. You have eradicated a part of your soul that makes you a human being, okay? You are a waste of space, a waste of resources. Holy shit. Incredible. Incredible to put yourself out there as this much of a fucking pathetic little worm. Oh my God. And I know, I'm sure he'll say this. I'm sure he'll see this and be like, oh, I've triggered the wokes or whatever. I'm not. I'm not woke, okay? I think you're just a fucking loser, dog. There is no other way to talk about this other than a 30-plus-year-old man, okay, crying about video games designed for children.
Something besides play a video game. But when I play a video game, I want to have like an intense
That is if this is sincere. If this is like, you know, some excellent satire, I don't know. But holy fuck, the reception seems, you know, regardless of whether there was satirical purpose here, I suspect that the reception is very sincere. People love this.
experience. I don't want to have some cozy
Asmon fucking loves this guy. Jesus Christ, dude.
trash experience. So my only thinking with this is that Xbox seems to think that their target is gay men, 5-year-olds, and women. But the super obvious fact, as I've said it again and again, is that their audience.
Yeah, your audience is actually a 37-year-old divorced dad. Why don't you understand? It's me. I'm your audience. It's only me. There's so many fucking games out there for this loser to play, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, it's a child's game. What's wrong with you? It's like dunking on Minecraft, dude. It's dunking on Roblox.
Audience is full of 30-year-old dudes. So like at this point, I just think Xbox is probably going to go back.
Wait, no. Oh, he is literally saying like the audience of gamers is just 30-year-old men.
But the super obvious fact, as I've said it again and again, is that their audience is full of 30-year-old dudes. So like at this point, I just think Xbox is probably going to go bankrupt because they keep putting stuff like this out. All right, and let's look at the final game here that I found from the 2000s. And it is called The Chronicles of Riddick: Assault on Dark Athena.
I hate that he's bringing up Riddick. It's such a... Oh, fuck, I love Riddick. I love Riddick, dude. Asmongold reacted to his channel. He got 2.4 million views.
Who killed masculinity in video games? I'll tell you who killed it. Blizzard.
Let me finish this game. Let me finish this video, and then I'll move on to that one.
Already know this box is about to go hard. At the top, it says in big letters, there is power in darkness. See, like men, we want power. We're all about powers and domination and conquering. Understand your audience, guys. Below that, it says a dark, intense shooter set in an epic sci-fi world. Like, this is all things we want. We want darkness, we want intensity, we want shooting, and we want sci-fi.
If, yeah, someone in the chat also said this, but like, if I woke up tomorrow and I was this guy, I would end it. I would end it all straight up.
Brings the darkness
like,
with stealth,
in a video game,
action,
of course.
Brutal
But
melee
goddamn.
combat. And then for the first time, play as Riddick in multiplayer on System Link or online. Below that, it says, be Riddick, the most ruthless criminal in the universe. In his latest chronicle, Riddick has been captured by the Dark Athena, a mercenary ship hell-bent on eliminating him once and for all. Using his intense hand-to-hand combat skills, explosive firepower, and lethal stealth, Riddick must shut down the maniacal Captain Ravos and her deadly crew when Riddick steps into the darkness. No one is safe. Like, dude.
And this one's good because the woman is evil. The woman is a villain.
Don't you want to play that game? Darkness, power, prison. These describe the kind of games that guys, that men, that straight men want to play. And it's sad to see the video game industry completely bottoming out and completely dying right now because they're chasing audiences that don't exist. Gay men don't play your games. Kids don't play Xboxes. Women.
Gay people do play a lot of video. I like that he corrected.
Gay men don't.
Gay people do play a lot of video games, but they're 3% of the population. I'm glad that he checked himself. One of the commenters. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. I love this shit. This
play
is
your
good.
games. Kids don't play Xboxes. Women don't play Xboxes. Phil Spencer and PlayStation and all these companies need to wake up and freaking realize that straight dudes are playing these games and they need to be making games for us. So developers, if you are listening, give us manly games. Give us power. Give us darkness. Give us violence. Give us brawny buff dudes who beat the crap out of people with our sick powers. And if y'all do this, if y'all quit being pussies, if y'all quit pussifying the game industry and actually give us manly games, we will buy games.
Like, how the fuck do we go from this guy, okay, this guy, being a figure that everyone universally dunks on, to this guy presenting himself as a beacon of masculinity and all things that represent men, with a legion of different variants of this guy running around and actively being like, no, you don't understand, you simpleton. Immediately, you must bazingify all of the video games to my liking. Like, how the fuck did this happen? What is going on? Oh my God, the internet was a mistake, dude. Oh my God, Vivek was wrong. We venerated these fucking losers too much. We gotta start bullying gamers again, dude. They like it. They like it. That way they can like gatekeep certain aspects of their culture. You know what I mean? Fuck. We gotta start pantsing these fucking losers, okay? It's crazy. I'm serious. I don't get it. I don't understand. Why is this something that people are voluntarily revealing about themselves? This should be like, this kind of sentiment should be accompanied with deep shame, okay? Deep shame, like the deepest of shame. But let's see, who killed masculinity in video games, presented by Asmongold.
Does anybody else feel like masculinity has slowly been drained from modern video games?
Yeah,
I was looking at recent staff photos of Ubisoft and Halo Infinite developers, and it's all starting to make sense. It's a bunch of fat, white, liberal women. And white, liberal women have no interest.
Can he say that? Can he say that? Can this guy say that? That's crazy. The answer is yes, he can, okay? The question is, should he? The answer to that is no. Oh, dude. Two guys peeking at masculinity, okay? Asmongold and this fucking loser.
Interest in masculine, manly, male characters. They wouldn't even know how to write one if they tried. This is why...
That's not... He's faking. There's no way that was that funny. Like, there's no way. There's no way he thinks that's peak comedy, please. Oh, my God.
Rockstar, a company founded by men that at least in 2018 was still mostly run by men.
I have a good counterpoint to this, is that Shadowbringers was written by a woman. So I actually don't think that it's entirely because of, it's not entirely because of women. I think it's like a cultural thing. Yeah, From Software as well. Yeah, it's an exception. It is an exception. I think so. And it makes sense, right? That men would be able to write better stories for other men. Yeah, wow. What? Who could have thought?
And created the magnum opus Red Dead Redemption 2, a game with a manly, well-written main protagonist.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is peak woke, dude. What the fuck? Every single Rockstar game is woke as shit. What is wokeness for these guys? It literally means things I did not enjoy consuming. Okay? Because if gay and women is in virtually every medium of art, you can just pick and choose and go, this thing I did not enjoy is woke as fuck because gay and women. This thing I did enjoy also features gay and women, but I enjoyed it, therefore it must be not woke. That's all this is. That is the dynamic. Gay Tony, old Rockstar, not woke. Like, what do they think is going on with Rockstar? Like, half of the characters that they're making fun of are, people who have opinions like this.
Arthur Morton. If you want to see the seismic shift away from masculine characters, honestly, all you need to do is play a few games from 2006, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Gears of War.
Consider how many masculine military games came out in the 2000s.
Absolutely. Grand Theft Auto 5 was pretty regressive. It 100% was not regressive. Don't do this. Don't do the opposite of this, okay? So many liberals love doing the opposite of what these guys are doing, where they're like, any kind of criticism, any kind of media criticism that actually demonstrates, any kind of satire that actually demonstrates characters doing things that I perceive as bad is actually not woke enough for my taste. Like, you are insane if you think that the satirical things that was in Grand Theft Auto 5 were quote unquote not woke. Okay?
Fucking lootly.
Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, Brothers in Arms, Gears of War, Operation Flashpoint, Rainbow Six.
This is what it was all about, bro. Like, we had, like, I feel like a lot of...
Do these guys not realize, like, these games still exist, bro? Like, specifically Call of Duty or Rainbow Six still very much exists. Okay? What the fuck do you mean? Like, what are we, not making war games any longer? Is that what's going on? I played all these fucking games, man, and guess what? They literally still exist. Like, there are so many games Some of them have the same title. Some of them are the exact same games remastered. I am so confused. Also, Asmongold doesn't even play fucking first-person shooters. Like, what is he? Does he play first-person shooters? I thought he was like a WoW guy who plays some of the gayest fucking games of all time, like Final Fantasy. All right, what's going on?
I'll probably played at least 2 or 3 of these, right? Yeah, it's an amazing experience. Absolutely.
6. Ghost Recon Splinter Cell. All of these games were starring men and had themes like brotherhood, duty, sacrifice, honor.
So the reason why Tyrion Forgering left the Silver Hand and was in exile is because whenever he was in captivity, he made a pact with an orc named Etrig. And whenever Etrig was captured,
I have no idea what the fuck. What is this?
During the burning of Strathlome.
Is this some WoW shit? I'm skipping through this.
You know, be free, I guess, was more important, and Tyrion chose that over it.
Fucking nerds, man. WoW lore that he also ironically gets wrong. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. I'm skipping
Brothers
WoW lore.
Arms, yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's the way Blizzard used to be.
Almost all of these franchises have either been killed off, turned into multiplayer games, or went woke. I often wonder why so few modern games appeal to me, and I think another big reason is this. Everything is just so gay now. Compare the games.
You a nerd too? I mean, yeah, this is also true. Okay. Yeah, I am. I played a lot of these fucking games that he's talking about. I enjoyed a lot of these games that he's talking about. I also got laid. So I think that is the major difference here, is that like I also had a normal, healthy development, and you know, I got to dip my toes in both sides of this world where, you know, I played sports, I had friends, a robust social life, and I also loved this nerdy shit. So I think regardless of my current mode of existence, being a dude that also, for the most part, stays indoors and spends 8 to 10 hours every day online, and sometimes plays video games, not all that much, but does incredibly nerdy shit like talk about politics. I am ashamed of the way that these guys behave because it is very weird. It is very odd. But I think it also spells trouble for our future, because as we become more alienated, as we become increasingly isolated, increasingly online, I think we are basically dropping the whole being normal, socializing with our fellow man, I don't know, joining a fucking intramural league or whatever. We're dropping all of that and just doing this, staying online in hug boxes where we constantly hype one another up for having the most dog shit opinions. Have you seen the 2 woke game list? Yeah. I feel like if you went back to the 90s or even early 2000s when these video games were being made, and you showed these dudes to the average person back then, they'd be like, this is insane. Like, what the fuck are these losers saying?
Just mentioned, to the modern trash we have to deal with in Overwatch and Apex. Almost every character in these new games is either gay, lesbian, bisexual, trans, or something else.
I think this is an issue, but it's not probably as big of an issue. What is an issue is the fact that they try to like ride off of it.
What? Okay, this is, I think, the first time I've watched like an Asmongold, like, you know, gaming video, kind of like gaming commentary video. And I'm trying to pick up on like what makes this kind of commentary so appealing. And I guess it's because, I mean, this has 2.4 million views 6 months ago. I think it's, he is like the reasonable voice. Is that what it is? Many of you are longtime Asmon fans, right? So I suspect that you've probably seen his commentary more frequently than myself. But is that what it is? Like he is supposed to be like the logical center right voice of reason when it comes to video game commentary? Because he does say like, oh, well, yeah, I think the you know, trans characters are a problem, but it's not that big of a problem, like that type of thing. Is that what it is? He says sometimes gay is okay as long as it's not too in your face. Yeah, that still goes back to the same dynamic that I explained, which is if I enjoy it and it's gay, then it's not woke. If I don't enjoy it and there's gay, then it's woke. That's simply all it is. Because games that I know Asmongold enjoys, like Final Fantasy, are gay as fuck, right? They're super gay. They don't say center right. They say independent to appear that they don't take sides. You're right. He used to say you can't reason with someone who didn't.
Like, for example, like with Concord or like with Overwatch, I think that's the issue, is that in a lot of times they had characters that were gay or they had some sort of other type of orientation, but they didn't use those characters as a mascot to virtue signal that they care about these types of issues. I think the problem that people really have is,
I'm a former Asman fan, and yes, the reason people like this is because he masks his opinions as a centrist. I mean, he's not masking his opinions as a centrist here. But I think if you're constantly looking at like obviously far right shit and then moderating your position off of that as a jump off point, then yeah, I think that's a very effective way of looking as though you are the reasonable independent voice in the room. When I goon to penis is not game. When you goon to penis, it is gay. Yeah. I think that there is, I do personally think that there is like a way to reach out to some of these fucking gamers and have them understand what the true problems are, because they also hate live service shit, right? They also hate loot boxes. They also hate IP recycling, like all this stuff. Even right-wing gamers hate that, right? That's why, for example, that developer at the Video Game Awards, like the one that made It Takes Two, when he came out and showcased his now woke video game, like the Split one with two women in it as the main characters, a lot of people were upset when he talked about, a lot of people were saying it was DEI because, you know, you're playing as a woman, split fiction. But then he basically capped it off by talking about, we're never going to make live service shit. We're never going to make, we're never going to make loot boxes. We're not trying to farm you for money. And even Asmongold's audience immediately turned and were like, yeah, wait, hold on, guys. This guy's actually cool. So they do understand that that kind of stuff is awful, but they're just so they're so hyper fixated on like any kind of woman being a main character. They hate being exploited or taken advantage of, and that's why they hate live service, and they view woke shit as phony, fake manipulation, and that's 75% of the outrage factor, or at least it used to be. Yeah, I think like that's what Asmongold is saying here, which is that, oh, these guys are just so phony. They're so phony and fake about like acting as though they care about gay people. I think for a lot of publishers, they just don't care. They want to make money. Okay. And they're using queer representation as another way to market. Having said that, however, a lot of developers are fucking queer. Like, what are we talking about? They're gay. They're gay as fuck. Of course they're gay. They're in the arts. Okay. Yeah, they do care because they're gay. What do you mean? What is it? It doesn't matter. Yeah, publishers don't care. Writers and artists care about queer representation in games. Yeah, they want to put themselves in the games. And also, there are plenty of people just like themselves that play these games anyway. So it is really weird to get this bent out of shape over it. You know what I mean? I see it for what it is. Okay. Sometimes they do. Sometimes developers do like the look at us. We love LGBT, DEI, whatever, ESG, whatever the fuck it's called. Okay. And it's purely for marketing purposes, right? It's purely for marketing purposes. But getting mad at that beyond understanding that it's just fucking performative or it's purely for marketing purposes sounds like such a waste of time. Like, why does this frustrate you? Eyes on the fucking prize, okay? Eyes on the prize. Get mad at the things that are actually harming this industry. Get mad at the exploitative practices that engage in mass layoffs of developers. And these guys also celebrate that too, which is crazy. Like, they're like, yeah, good. All these gay and woke developers getting fired. That's awesome. Like, how do you not understand that you are celebrating the fucking bosses, the executives that don't care about games, that have made all of your favorite games worse, okay, are just basically using and abusing the developers and then casting them aside for pure profit once again. All of the same exact things that you hate, that I also hate in the gaming sector, that is specifically designed to make money, are initiatives directed by the same motivation, profit, are initiatives directed by the same people that are laying off the developers that made the games that you enjoy.
is actually not with any character's orientation. I don't think anybody really cares about this character because he's gonna.
Well, yeah, most normal people don't care, but I assume that Asmon's audience, or definitely the Andy Pants Gaming's audience, cares, right?
Talking about this, and I guarantee you're not going to be seeing a slide of Dion from Final Fantasy 16. You're not going to see that. No, you know why? It's because the character wasn't created in a cynical, performative way. And also, like, this is another big issue, and I think
I watched plenty of Asmon go before his Trump pundit phase. If the game is good, they ignore the DEI. If it's bad, then it will get farmed for hate. People defend Baldur's Gate and Hades, but perpetually complain about Concord or Assassin's Creed. Yeah. No, that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. He's doing it right now. He's like, oh, well, you know, there are games that I enjoy that have like very obvious, they're very obvious in your face homosexuality, but I enjoy those games, so it's not DEI. There are games that I don't enjoy that have very obvious representation of homosexuality, and I don't enjoy those games, so they are DEI equals bad. Okay? Like, they point to Concord, right? Like, that's like a great example. The assumption that Concord died because it's gay is so fucking stupid. No, man, it died because it sucked, okay? And it didn't suck because it was gay, as evidenced by plenty of games that have so much gay that you enjoy. You cannot live in this world where you legitimately think that, no, these games are bad because there's gay, and then also say Baldur's Gate 3 is one of the best games of all time, and there is no wokeness in it. You can fuck a bear in that game, dog. Do you understand? Yes, I do see everything. I know Kai is on the floor. It's fine. Overwatch isn't hated because the characters are gay. It's because the people who made it didn't give a fuck about making the game good, or completely dropped that a long time ago.
You can see this with Suicide Squad, is that they completely caricature people that are LGBT. It's not like this character is LGBT and this is like an after the fact. Like Soldier 76, I thought was good. It's like, yeah, by the way, he's gay. Okay, yeah, fine. Doesn't really have anything to do with it, but yeah, sure. But like, the issue is that they try to use these characters as mascots to promote their own virtue. And I think that a lot of people can perceive that. I know that I perceive that. And I find it to be incredibly obnoxious. So obnoxious. I didn't even know that. Yeah, because nobody cares. Nobody actually cares.
Like,
I don't want to be charitable to Asmon because he does it in bad faith, but I think one argument here is that corporations are capitalizing on diversity for the sake of diversity and pinkwashing themselves, like celebrating Pride Month. I know, but what's it to you? That's the question. Why does that make you so angry? Are you gay? Do you see what I'm saying? Why would that in any way, shape, or form frustrate you to this degree? I recognize that. I say it all the time. But it doesn't fucking bother me at all. You want to know why? Because I don't give a shit. Why do you care? Someone has to explain to me what the harm is, okay? That's the point, right? That's it. What is the harm? What is the harm in marketing specifically to say, oh, we're woke and we're gay, we love gays or whatever, even if it's fake? And in some instances, the company, in most instances, the company obviously doesn't give a shit about gay people. The developers might, but the company doesn't, okay? The company cares about profit. But what is the harm that you are causing? And that's the problem, because when you ask people why they're so mad about this stuff, there's usually never any good answers, okay? There's never any good answers. The argument always devolves into, well, it's not marketed to me specifically. I'm like, okay, everything else is. Who cares if this one thing is not marketed to you? Who gives a shit? Or it's taking up too much space and making video games bad because they're so focused on making them gay or something. And then you show them a litany of examples of video games that are gay that they enjoy that they just don't see as woke, okay? All advertisement is pandering. All advertisement and public relations is propaganda and pandering. That's what it is. So why do you get so mad about certain types of advertising and not mad about others, or as a matter of fact, demand others? Like, do you genuinely think that when they made Dr. Pepper 10 only for men, that it was because of, you know, masculine macho men that were like, we need to finally make a fucking video game that, or a product that is for us men? No, they just thought it was good advertisement. They thought men are dumb and they will go and purchase this because it makes them feel masculine if they consume this product. That's it. I'm not mad. I actually don't care. I just think it's stupid, Lamau, at the end of a fucking 15 tweet thread or half an hour long YouTube video. No, they are mad. They're so goddamn mad. And I don't understand why they are so goddamn mad. Yeah, look at the highest selling video games of 2024. Gaming is dead, motherfuckers, when you tell them to play something that isn't sports/FPS. Yeah. I agree, but I feel like you kind of needlessly targeted that Dustborn game to make fun of it a few months ago. Like, yeah, it was pretty bad, but who cares? No, I feel conflicted about that. I feel like I made fun of it too much. It just wasn't for me, you know, and that's why I stopped playing it. But it's okay to say something is not for you. But it's still a video game that someone made. I mean, it was ass, but I still felt bad that I was like maybe making fun of it too much. I think it was funny as fuck. I think it was a little too ass. Yeah, but it's just like, you know.
What happened to a masculine dude with a hot
True.
chick on his arm?
True.
I love the idea of
True.
Xbox
True.
Game Pass, but I swear
Absolutely.
every time I open it up and look for new games, there's just so many games that look gay now. I refuse to play another cutesy 2D platformer or a game with a cutesy art style by some indie developer anymore.
Oh, God.
I'm just done with these games.
Bro, this guy is fucking cooking. Oh man, he's right. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, to me, it's like, I do think that there's probably there is not enough games that are like Doom that are out there. Like, games that are just like by guys for guys about blowing shit up and like killing things. That's absolutely true. And it's like, you can have the cozy games too. Those are nice. They're fine. But where's Doom and, you know, like Duke Nukem, Helldivers, right? Like, Helldivers was the closest thing we got to that. And look at how much that popped off. People loved it.
If you want
Gears
my
of War?
100%
Yeah.
real thoughts on this, I just think the entire video game industry has gone woke and gay, and almost nothing they are making appeals to me in any way anymore. So this is why I mostly play 20.
The best part about this is he clearly cut the audio because he was clearly going on a rant about this. And it's like, okay, cut. Let's just keep going. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily about it being gay. I think it's about the performative nature of it. Because if you go back, you'll probably see a lot of instances where like diversity or, you know, a strong female character like Cortana is a great example. Like Cortana, nobody ever thought about Cortana as like, oh yeah, we have to have a woman in like the story for Halo. People just liked Cortana because she was part of the story. So Tomb Raider, stuff like that, right? And so it's the issue that, and I think this is a big problem with Western developers, because you can see this, like Eastern developers never have this criticism. It's always Western developers. And I think that also, like, the reason why it happens is because people perceive the way that they behave as inauthentic. And I'll give you an example of a difference in like a Western development game. Baldur's Gate 3. You can have a dick. You cannot have a dick. You can have whatever you want and look however you want. You can have sex with any character and nobody ever cares about it because the game is seen as an authentic work of art. Whereas when you look at the Assassin's Creed game, it does not seem like it's authentic. It seems like it's performative. It seems like it's made with the intention of like, look at us. We are this like, you know, forward-thinking group of people. That's what the issue is, right? And you pick the experience. Yeah, you pick the experience. Like Cyberpunk too. Yeah, Cyberpunk, and it totally makes sense. You're arguing semantics. It's 100% right. Well, what I'm saying, I'm not. It's not semantics, because I don't think that people have a problem with the actual characters. I think that they have a problem with the way these studios portray the characters, because they do it in a caricatured way that's disrespectful.
Yeah, definitely. The people, the fucking dudes that are making these videos are just mad that there isn't proper queer representation, that queer people can be multifaceted. That's what they're mad about. They're mad about the artistic expression. Like, come on, dude. I think this is a way for Asmongold to basically like engage in this sort of commentary that a lot of these people want to hear about, but make it make sense. You know what I mean? Some semblance of plausible deniability and some semblance of like logic introduced into the equation. Like, he is unironically smarter than these fucking morons, which is not really saying much because these guys are not very intelligent. He's smarter than these dudes, so he knows how to like market it in a way that makes more sense. Okay? That's it. Like, market the perspective in a way that makes more sense. You know what I mean? Because what he's saying here isn't incorrect. What he's saying here is not wrong. Yes, there's a lot of bad writing. Okay? There's a lot of bad writing out there. There's a lot of bad writing of characters out there. And it is like it's worthy of I think it's worthy of criticism, or like worthy of media criticism, okay? But that's not what this guy is doing. He made a slop video about what killed masculinity in fucking video games. Like, he's not saying that like the queer characters are appropriate at all. He just doesn't want them in the fucking games at all. That's it. Like, the dude that he's hyping up here, that he thinks is like based and brilliant, is literally saying like children's games are gay. Children's games are gay and woke.
And it's self-aggrandizing. That's the reason why people don't like it. Nobody said Sergeant Johnson in Halo was DEI, okay? Nobody fucking said that. And by the way, this isn't current cultural brain rot. If you go look at the Space Marine 2 trailer, you see a black guy, an Asian guy, and a white guy. They're all Space Marines. And they're like, what are we going to do? Are we going to kill him? Yeah, let's kill him. If you read the comments down below, there's nobody saying, oh, yeah, great.
Okay, that's a lie. They absolutely said that shit was DEI. There was hella people that said that shit was DEI as hell. Okay, now I think he's just like talking about an audience that doesn't exist. Like, yeah, this is a desperate attempt for moderation of a perspective that I think Asmongold also recognizes is like a little silly, in a way to present it as like, no, these are the normal criticisms. Like, listening to what Asmongold is saying here, okay, if like this would directly put him at odds with the the fucking video game channel that he's watching. Like, his perspective is not the same as this dude. Okay? Here. And I don't think this is denial. I think it's cynical. Here, I'm going to prove it to you. Okay? Asmongold said there was, black and brown and Asian characters on Space Marines 2. Okay? And nobody said it was woke. Okay. Let's see what Andy Pants Gaming had to say about Space Marine 2. Okay. I 100% assume that he deleted his initial Space Marine 2 video game review. Because there is 0% chance that he did not say that it was fucking DEI. Ain't no way to take a guy called Andy Pants seriously. He's definitely massaging the message. No, but you also definitely massage the message to make Asmon seem not as bad for some reason. They put Space Marines on that woke list you saw a few months ago. That's what I'm saying. They literally said it was woke because there's black people in it. The previous video that we watched from Andy Pants Gaming, didn't it fucking feature Space Marine 2 as like woke? Am I crazy? Did I not just watch him say? Where is it? Hold on. Where the fuck's the last video that we just watched? Here. The lead writer for Space Marine 2 was a woman? Yeah. Well, that's gay and woke. Where the fuck's the video that we just watched? Isn't it like here somewhere? Yeah. Redditors melting down. Suck it. Oh, that's because he said it was gay and woke he said it was gay and woke 5 months ago. And then after it was successful, now it's no longer gay and woke.
Today, I want to.
Oh, that's what it is. Hold on. Let me find this fucking thing where he was like talking about, where the fuck was it? Am I misremembering? Didn't he literally say Space Marines had women in the front lines and it's become gay and woke? It's later in the video, I think. I don't know if it was. You literally just looked at it? Yeah, remember when they were complaining that Space Marine 2 was woke? No, I know, but that's different. That's not this guy specifically. I think this guy specifically also. Open description for transcript. Show transcript. Was it not in the video? I don't know what I would control F, dude. No, it's not. He didn't. I don't think he like specifically mentioned Space Marine. I think he just like briefly showed it on screen. That's what I'm saying. Are you just misremembering? I could be misremembering because a lot of gamers did actually fucking complain. Maybe he didn't specifically. I might be misremembering because we just simply looked at the anti-woke gaming video game content creator that Asmongold has also reacted to in the past. Oh yeah, he did say improbable. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's what he said. He said it's improbable to have women in the battle in the front lines. It's okay, bro. Don't need to explain yourself. No, dude. Didn't he say it was improbable to have women in the front lines? Am I crazy? Didn't he fucking say that in the video? Or am I thinking of the Steam review? Or was that the Steam review? And he didn't actually say it in the video. Now it's fucking merging together. That was something you read while watching the video. I'm gonna go fucking crazy if I can't figure this out. Okay? I'm gonna go insane. Check your react channels. Bitch, I just reacted to this literally a minute ago. I think I'm mistaken the Steam review that we looked at while we were reviewing this. I don't think he said that. I think it's closer to the end. No, I don't think he, no, the improbable no. At one point he said improbable female authority figure. I remember because I said that's my personal goal. No, that was about the Reddit, or not the Reddit, Riddick. You missed it? I'm mixing up my insults right now. Why don't you check YouTube history? How would YouTube history work in this situation? I feel like some of you just say things. By the way, just wondering, does Sunday Funday exclude EU-US breakup and crying about German politicians? Yes. I'm a tweak out if you don't find it. We have 30,000 people in here, and literally 29,900 people are just invested in entirely separate things than me right now. YouTube history will show you the videos you watch. I'm gonna seppuku. I'm gonna Sudoku. I'm gonna fucking Sudoku. We are literally looking at the video. I'm trying to figure out at what point in the goddamn... I'm gonna rewatch the whole video now. I'm gonna rewatch the whole fucking video. I swear to God. This is what everyone's thinking of. If it's me polling the marine scene and game are improbably diverse. Features frontline. Yeah, this is just the not get. This is the woke review. It's not actually his opinion. It's not the opinion of this content creator. It's not in the video. I mistook it for being in the video. I feel like I feel like I heard him briefly shit on it, but probably not. Chat will always be useless when you need him the most. Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think it was just the actual Steam review that we were reading about the not woke gamers. But plenty of people in the fucking anti-woke brigade. My point initially was Asmongold is wrong, and that plenty of people in the fucking anti-woke brigade said Warhammer 40K was woke. Okay? A lot of people did. Asmongold also called the game woke. I have the link, but I'm poor. Can I share it? Useless bitch. I sent it to you 3 times. Dude, this is not what I'm looking for, okay? I know this already. I know plenty of fucking people. I know plenty of people said it was woke. Why was it woke? Because it was specifically for the reasons that Asmongold claims gamers didn't think it was woke, okay? That's it. I was specifically trying to figure out if this creator, I was misremembering. I thought Andy Gaming specifically said it wasn't fucking woke. Or I specifically said it was woke. That's it. Why is there so much miscommunication today? We're not in sync today. Anyway, let's continue.
More DEI. Nobody actually thinks this. It's about the way that it's presented. That's the problem. The problem is their stereotypes.
There are so many examples of these exact same slop makers that fucking cry about a game being woke and it sucking dick ahead of time, only to turn around and quietly make new videos about how not woke it is when the game comes out, it's released, and it's awesome, and people love it. Okay? That's the reality. And I thought that Andy Pants Gaming had done that as well. I was wrong. I'm admitting that I was wrong about Andy Pants Gamers, who I falsely suspected of also shitting on Warhammer ahead of time, just like Synthetic Man and all these other fucking losers had not actually said something negative about Warhammer. Maybe he's a big Warhammer 40K fan. But Asmongold is still wrong in this regard when he says gamers weren't crying about Warhammer 40K. They certainly were.
Typing, yeah, like adding in Mrs. Freeze, and she just looks like your traditional, like, butch lesbian. How disrespectful. It's insane to me.
Let's see
Awful.
here. Did you guys see that Space Marine 2? Senior writer on Warhammer 40K, Space Marine 2. Let's not cast cis white men and stuff for a year and see what happens just for fun. Sorry, cishet white dudes, comics don't belong to you. Comics never belong to you. We meet another superhero every month until our demands are met. Oh, about making different characters like gay or something like that? Lots of varieties talking about Ashley Cooper. Yeah, these tweets are 3 to 7 years old. What have they done recently?
Oh boy. If you're going to insist on playing the wizard game, stop bending yourself into a pretzel trying to find a way to explain or justify doing so, and have the conviction to just say, transphobia is not a deal breaker for me.
And this is the senior writer for a game of one of the most brutal franchises ever conceived.
So this is the way that I look at it. Would this person try to ruin a person's life if they had tweets that were negative about trans people or about some other type of minority that were 3 to 7 years old? I think the answer is absolutely. I think that in a situation like this, you should absolutely hold this against people like this. She's a complete piece of trash. That's disgusting. I don't know why any company would want to hire a person. Like, I mean, to me, whenever I see somebody like this is the way that I feel about it, right? I'm a straight white guy. I didn't do anything to this person, and I do find it to be very unsettling, and it makes me very uncomfortable whenever people are brazenly posting negative things about me for a thing that I can't control. I think that if somebody was saying this about women or about trans people or gay people, you know, really anybody besides straight white guys, I'm pretty sure they'd be raked over the coals and everybody would hate them. So it's an obvious double standard, and I think a lot of people are getting tired of it. And it would make me less likely to consume a product if I knew that the people that are making the product actively dislike me.
Well, turns out it wasn't woke. So this lady was capable of putting out a not woke product that Asmongold liked, that he claims other gamers didn't think was actually DEI when they very clearly did, including, but not limited to, Synthetic Man, who I famously reacted to on this broadcast, who lost his fucking mind about the fact that there were black and like Asian, specifically what Asmongold is saying here. Okay.
Just,
Like,
it's
he said,
like they're all space marines, and they're like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna kill him? Yeah, let's kill him.
like that right there is directly the opposite of what the not woke video game Steam review called this game. They said it was DEI specifically because it had Asian and black people in it. And so did was it the Drinking Man or the Synthetic Man or whatever the fuck? Warhammer 4K is woke. Critical Drinker. Yeah. No, I think it was, no, I don't think it was Critical Drinker. I think it was literally I think both of them probably made videos, but I think it was the Synthetic Man who was fucking losing his mind. My libertarian uncle watches him. Gross. Yeah, he's corrupted. You can see it on his Warhammer 40K Space 2 Marine branded woke because it has black Ultramarines. Yeah, it was Synthetic Man. This guy. This is the video that we watched. A streamer slash YouTuber named Synthetic Man at the center of criticism recently released a video where he gave his not so needed opinion on the character design for the recently released Space Marine 2. He's seen bashing and calling out characters based on the color of their skin. Okay. What is this? Oh, this is the... Wait. Space Marines 2 is peak masculinity? Wait, so then he turned around and said it was... This is who I was thinking of.
20.
Did he delete his initial commentary, or did he just change the thumbnail and title? He just literally called it fucking woke because there's black Marines and Asian Marines, and now the title of Space Marine 2 is peak masculinity. It's not a safe world. People like Synthetic Man out there propagating racism and sexism openly on a platform. Anyway, my point is, gamers 100% did say this. Asmongold either has not seen it, which I doubt he hasn't seen, because I suspect that might be as a joke or sarcasm. No, we watched it. We literally watched Synthetic Man's video. It was insane. He was not being sarcastic at all. Okay? It was Synthetic Man. I mean, I could show you the fucking video as well. Yeah, he was the one that did the Fallout show video as well. He's fucking insane. Anyway, the point is, I suspect that Asmongold's probably reacted to Synthetic Man before too. I mean, he is a very big anti-woke account. I'd be shocked if he hasn't reacted to him. Like, and I'm sure he disagrees with this point, I guess, that Synthetic Man puts forth in terms of the DEI narrative on Warhammer 40K. But my point is that there are plenty of fucking gamers who did say that. I don't know, man. These anti-woke accounts are getting blurry these days. Anyway.
If you read the comments down below, there's nobody saying, oh yeah, great, more DEI. Nobody actually thinks this. It's about the way that it's presented. That's the problem. The problem is they're stereotyping. Yeah, like
new Jobby video may be more interesting than Asmongold. Okay, I'm giving a week off to people that don't fucking enjoy whatever I choose to cover today. Sorry. It's the most annoying thing that people do. You know? It's like, please, do I seem desperate for your feedback on what we should be covering today? Was I like, oh man, I really don't know what to talk about today. Can chatters please give me suggestions on whatever they want me to fucking talk about? Anyway, as I showed you already, Asmongold is wrong. There are plenty of fucking gamers who said that Warhammer 40k was woke because of the Asian and black and female representation.
Adding in Mrs. Freeze, and she just looks like your traditional like butch lesbian. How disrespectful! It's insane to me. It's awful.
In any way anymore. So this is why I mostly play 20-year-old games on my channel, because they were just better. I was recently reading an insider interview about what went down at Volition Studios with the disastrous Saints Row reboot from an inside source. This source said that the LGBTQ community...
It's like, here's the truth. Nobody wants to look like this in real life, hardly ever. Huh. This dude, you know who this dude goes? He goes, and you know what game he plays? Doom. He's going to go and play fucking Halo. Nobody wants to look like this. Like with the bow tie and everything, like Bill Nye, the science guy. This is not like, a guy is not going to see this and be like, oh, that's me. Absolutely not. Now, are there some people that do? Yeah, for sure. But not really. Get the shit out of here. Yeah, bro. Like,
I don't understand. Does Asmongold look like any of the people in the video games that he plays? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is such a weird thing to criticize. He's Trevor from GTA. Okay.
It's like a... it feels like it's so safe, right?
within the company was actually pretty small, but they are the loudest and the most annoying.
And one
the
more
company
thing I gotta
leadership
briefly mention is the small amount of wokeness in the game,
chose to
depending
promote
on
these
your
people.
definition. Basically, the only left-wing propaganda I noticed while playing this game is the comical amount of diversity. The most offensive being the major of the Cadian guardsmen, who is an Indian woman, an ugly one at that. Remember, testosterone converts to estrogen. Speaking of estrogen, yeah, that's something, all right. Can we shoot her? Just stomp on her on accident. If you compare her to the woman from the first game, it's like night and day. And while she really doesn't do much during the story other than yell on the comms throughout the first half of the game, it's just incredibly annoying seeing girl boss characters in this day and age, especially in a supposedly grim dark universe. And the diversity isn't just the guardsmen, it's also the space marines. Now, again, I'm not an expert on the lore, but I understand that space marines come from gene seed, which comes from their primarchs, right? Which comes from ultimately the emperor. So why are all these ultramarines different ethnicities? Shouldn't they all be the same race as Gilliman? Again, I'm not an expert on this, but I feel like portrayals I've seen of Space Marines, they're generally all white, except for the Salamanders, who are like charcoal black or something. One of Titus's squad mates is black-ish, and the other one is like a Happa or something. It's hard to tell because they all have these weird Giga Chad features. Basically, every Space Marine looks like the Chad meme, so there is one Space Marine that is just straight up undeniably African, which is bizarre. He's corrupted. You can see it on his skin. Either way, you get the point. This has definitely got to be a retcon for diversity purposes. And yeah, I gotta say, it definitely distracted me. It wasn't woke enough for me to say, like, oh, this is blatant.
Not only is he racist, he a lore larper. Yeah.
into key roles. And that's how you get the absolute dumpster fire of a game that was Saints Row 2022.
Yeah.
I think what you have at a lot of these game studios is about 80% of the staff is probably just hetero dudes trying to do their job, but they're afraid of speaking up or saying what they actually think. And then you have the LGBTQ folks making decisions.
I think this is changing a lot on social media. So like for a while, this was true. And I think that like when Elon bought social media, the ability to create a narrative like this definitely went away.
Yeah. Elon bought the entirety of social media. It's so crazy that like annoying rad libs in the minds of these guys are just not like some people that you hear and get pissed off at, or some people that you hear about and you're just like, all right, whatever, I don't agree with this, who gives a shit? But instead, like the people who hold the keys to the castle, like they have awesome power, endless amounts of power. Time and time again, it has been proven that if you make a good game, it doesn't fucking matter what people are saying on Twitter. Who cares? None of them talk about Pokemon Go. They've like lost their minds about rad libs on Twitter. They just like, they think that these guys have any sort of momentum or motion. Those people think I'm racist, dude. Those people think I'm transphobic. Who cares? How ridiculous. And I would prefer the fucking Radlibs 1,000,000% every single time to the loser that Asmongold's watching, who loses their fucking mind at the mere sight of a gay person. You know what I mean?
Or it didn't necessarily go away, but it was like dramatically nerfed. Because what would exactly. What ended up happening is that being accused of being the wrong thing, like, oh, you're sexist, oh, you just hate, whatever, like the effectiveness of that has gone down because there have been so many false accusations for this, or like just basically like if you're one of them, you're all of them. Exactly. That's what it is. It's still bad at work though. And I think that this definitely probably is true, is that people don't want to, like, nobody wants to be the guy that's pushing against having a character in a game that's like gay or like LGBT or like changing a character to female or something like that. Nobody wants to be the person that's against that because that's probably going to make them look bad. Absolutely. That's thin ice. Yeah, of course. And like you just think.
Wait. Like, why is he suspecting that that is what's going on? Like, this is what I don't understand. The notion that, like, there is all of these people that are like, no, we have to make gay characters, like more gay characters. It seems kind of like, at odds with what Asmongold was initially suggesting, which is that, like, no one cares if there's a gay character as long as it's not in your face about their gayness or whatever. Or in even more charitable terms, that would mean, why are there no multifaceted, unique queer representation, and that queer characters are so totally one-dimensional and just about how gay they are? Okay, which is ironically what Asmon is presenting as his criticism of, like, the media representation of queerness, when in fact his entire audience is like, oh, gay DEI, fuck you. Okay, but what I don't understand is, like, why is he fantasizing about a reality where seemingly there's these like woke queer people in video game companies that are trying to actively put more queer characters in the games, and nobody wants to resist against it. I don't even know why they would, but nobody wants to resist against it because of woke, because they'll get canceled or whatever. Maybe they fucking want to put the gay characters in the game.
Think about it logically. You think about how many eggshells people need to avoid stepping on, or whatever it is, whenever they're talking about like any sort of like social issue at all. That's an HR complaint? Yeah, exactly, right? So like at work, it's probably 1,000 times worse.
About what kind of game to make. And everything just ends up being safe and soft and sensitive because, oh, we can't hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah.
So, of course, you get these shitty dumpster fire video games that nobody wants to play. After reading a lot of insider interviews with these developers, this is my sense of what has been happening. I also feel like there's this kind of unholy alliance right now between games journalists, white liberal women at game studios, and the LGBTQ community at game studios. And they
God.
Do these guys unironically hate Alan Wake? Like, what's going on? It was a fantastic video game. What the fuck? Like, you're really shitting on Max Payne? This makes no sense. All these guys nostalgic for a time that never existed, just miss having even less responsibility than their current stay-at-home son lifestyle. Same reason every game is gay and woke now. Their newest system is like a PS3 because their parents stopped caring so hard and they can't even try the new games. No, I think most of these NEETs have enough money to buy the new systems and shit. They just don't like it because games don't hit the same. It just comes with the territory of getting older. You get older, and the things that you used to enjoy when you had no responsibilities whatsoever don't feel as good. I think that's most of this problem. Here come the fucking annoying people. If it's good, why didn't you finish it? It's a good game. It's different. You know why I didn't finish it? Because despite it being a good game, and there are incredible games, every single person that fucking complains in here leaves when I start playing it. So shut the fuck up. It's so stupid. There are more people in this chat that constantly chirp about me not finishing a specific game than there are people who actually watch me play the game. I don't understand how the fuck this happens, where there are literally more people in the chat that if I were to ask, like, should I play video games or not? There would be more people voting, yes, please play video games, than the people that actually end up watching. Shut the fuck up. And in spite of that, there are still plenty of games that I do finish, okay? Because I'm like, locked in. I genuinely hate that there's so many people that just that complain. There are more people that just want to complain about lack of gaming than actually want to watch the gaming. I enjoy playing games. That's why I play them offline.
I do think that there definitely is like a certain sense of like what's the word is for it? Like shared goals that the games journalists sometimes feel like they're running PR for game studios. And I think this is a huge issue, and it's one of the reasons why people don't trust games journalists anymore.
Yes, games journalists do run PR for especially big developers. I don't think this is one of those instances. Yeah, it's access journalism. It's the same issue with everything that exists. There are still obviously plenty of great journalists. The irony, of course, is that the good gaming journalists, these guys don't like. You know what I mean?
All seem to be united around
This
one
guy gives
thing.
0 fucks. Yeah, he does. Bro, he just says it.
Yeah, bro.
They-
He's so brave.
Actually hate gamers.
By the way, I think for a lot of Western studios, this is true. I am actually a believer of this. I think that game developers do have genuine resentment for the average run-of-the-mill gamer guy. It actually is true. It's obvious. Yep. In the West, yeah, I think so.
And who are gamers overwhelmingly? Well, heterosexual dudes like us, of course.
Yes. This, you know what this is?
I love, he used this again. He literally used the same fucking thing. He uses this image for some weird reason to be like, look at all these gamers. Does he think he's like, did he play football for USC or something? Like, I don't understand why he's showing a photo of like, yeah, Matt Stafford and the USC football team over and over again, being like, these are what gamers are like. Like, when Asmongold looks at this photo, does he go, yep, that's me? Is that what's going on here? Like, what the fuck is happening in the mindset of people that look at that and go, yup, it's just like looking in a mirror. Me, just like these guys who fucking are athletes and the only video game they play is Madden. Is that what you think is going on? When you are a gamer and an Asmongold fan, and you look closer to Asmongold than you do to Matt Stafford, and you see a photo of them, you go, yup, just us. Me and the fucking boys, dude. We love to play our fucking video games, and we hate gay people. Asmongold or a single fan of his could tell you that this is Mark Sanchez, Matt Stafford, and Colt McCoy in their heyday.
This right here. This is a Call of Duty squad meeting up for the first time, probably. That's what it is right there.
Wait, what? No, dude. That's not a Call of Duty squad meeting up for the first time. What are you saying? Oh my God. I'm fucking Turkish and I don't play football. And even I know what the fuck that photo is. What is happening? Oh my God. It's so funny. Holy shit, dude. Wait, why does he keep using the fucking Matt Stafford photo though? Like, I actually don't understand. Like, is there a specific reason? Like, what is the why? Let me see. Like, I can't even find this photo. Like, I don't even know where it's from. Is the same video, dumbass? No, I don't think this is the same video. Who Killed Masculinity in Video Games is different. I think, this is a different video, chat. Why are you like this? Yeah, it's a different fucking video where he used the same goddamn photo in. Because that ain't Stafford. That's literally fucking Mark Sanchez, dude. What are you talking about? Like, that is Mark Sanchez. Is this not Mark Sanchez? Am I crazy? Quarterbacks, Mark Sanchez and Matt Stafford, and a 250. Yeah, that. How can I forget? How can I forget Mark Sanchez? Okay. I just don't understand why he keeps bringing this image up, seemingly from 2009 or 2008. Anyway, I don't know why he posted this, but I think it's really funny that Asmongold was like, yeah, that's a COD lobby waiting to happen. And his chat is like, yeah, it's all of us. The boys. This is the boys. None of these people know who these fucking people are. What is going on? No, none of you are capable of doing the butt fumble, okay? That is a unique skill set. None of you, not a single Asmongold chatter is capable of pulling off the butt fumble. Also, ironically enough, as someone who doesn't even fucking care about football, even I know that. And ironically enough, none of the fucking Asmongold fans know what the fuck that even is. I'm getting mad. They're stealing frat valor. This is my culture. It's not your fucking costume, gamers. Stop making Will sad. Anyway, my culture is not your fucking prom dress, dude. Show chat the butt fumble. I will not be doing that. Anyway, let's continue. My point is, this is very revealing about the way that I think Asmon and other people in his community sees themselves as. Oh, someone knew who that was. They said Matt Stafford and Mark Sanchez.
This recent Reddit thread was written by an actual game developer and made
Alpha Man, not beta
me
cuts.
realize this. It reads, headline,
Am I allowed to say this? I kind of hate gamers. I'm a professional game designer, and I'm worried that I'm starting to hate gamers. Watching the gaming events on YouTube last month with the chat on was extremely disheartening experience. Every time a character that wasn't a cishet white man appeared on screen, the chats would fill with messages calling the game woke or complaining about DEI.
And the problem is that he's kind of right, but he doesn't understand why it's like this. He views it as in like the people that are responding this way they're wrong, but you never think to yourself, why are they wrong? Why do they think this? Because like that's the real truth, is that you don't really hear opinions like this. Like this guy is obviously, bro, this guy doesn't give a fuck. But like you're not going to hear a lot.
Yeah, that the guy that you're watching literally is the reason why that person is saying it's so fucking annoying that I'm pouring my entire fucking life into this thing that I care about. And dumbass, unfuckable losers are going, oh, gay person, this sucks. Literally, directly as a consequence of guys like this that you're watching that you call based. Why are you still not banned, little bro? It's because I am Jeff Bezos. It is truly shocking that Asmongold thinks, or at least presents a alternative reality where all of these gamers, capital G hard R gamers, are actually they're actually mad at the queer representation, not simply because it exists and that they're fucking weirdo losers, but because the queer representation is not as multifaceted as it could be, that the queer characters are simply too one note. Yeah, that's what they mean when they go DI equals die. They're talking about how, why no real queer media representation? That's what they're actually saying. Yeah, when I type in DEI equals die, what I actually simply mean is that queer people come from all different walks of life and different backgrounds, different demographics, and represent a variety of different opinions. They are not a monolith, and it is actually so one note. It is genuinely shocking that Sweet Baby Inc. consistently ends up creating these heavy-handed, one-dimensional queer characters that positively put forth their sexual identity as the only thing that matters about them. Queer people are more than just their sexualities. This is the reason why we need better queer representation. No, that's not what's going on. None of these people are fucking literate, let alone media literate, okay? What is this fantasy? Why does he keep repeating this over and over again? His chat is, they think it's blind hate. They must be phobic. Because it's funny, chat exists to be funny. Okay.
A lot of other people, and this is the reason why I get a lot of hate, is because I'll watch a video like this, I'll see what it says, right? For sure. But other people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to challenge this kind of stuff because they don't want to get in trouble. It's a lot now. People are suspicious now, absolutely. But if you look at the actual opinions of people in comment sections and the amount of people that are able to have free conversations about this, it's very obvious that this is an extremely prevalent opinion. My customers...
It's wild seeing you see what we've been seeing for years now. Wait, what? What do you mean? That's not, like, I know why gamers say this shit, okay? Because it's edgy. Ooh, many of them have either repressed sexual opinions that they're truly ashamed of, or others just are simply bigoted and hateful and think that homosexuality is what's ruining the fucking gaming industry, and not just like the for-profit tendencies of these mega corporations in this insanely profitable sector. I've been aware of this. I've actually never poured through like the Asmongold commentary of it, but I do think it's funny that there's so much. I get it now. Yeah, there's so much room for plausible deniability in Asmongold's coverage because he says a lot of things that do make sense in terms of queer visibility being one-dimensional in fucking video games or in works of art. But the irony is he's preaching to an audience that does not have that perspective. They do not want any queer visibility for the most part. They just want gay people to not exist in these fucking games. Or if it's in a game that they enjoy, they just don't give a shit. Okay? They don't give a shit enough about it to like make a big stink because the game is good. It almost feels like Asmongold is trying to give his audience the appropriate framework to shit on gay people, but they're too stupid. Because Asmongold's framework isn't even shitting on gay people, really. It's just advocating for an alternative reality that does not exist. You're holding your chopsticks wrong? No, I'm not. I would say it's a cynical ploy to make it seem as though he's like actually coming at it from a truly interesting perspective about, you know, demanding more multifaceted queer media representations in video games. But it's very clear that that's not what he's advocating for. And it's certainly clear that that's not what his audience wants. Anyway.
Are wrong. What a moron. I know. And that's the thing, is that these people try to... You will never have a successful product if it exists in opposition of your audience. Do we actually know this post was written by a game designer? No, it's probably a random person. It has nothing to do with it. This probably it's probably some 14-year-old. But I think it's pretty obvious that people think this way. Because gamers are just immature edgelords. Well, then stop making games.
What?
Stop trying to insert yourself into a place that people don't want you.
Wait, what happened? I thought gamers were demanding more multifaceted queer visibility, more multifaceted and creative queer characters. Now he's saying gamers are edgy and the game developers should fucking leave. That's weird. Just stop making games.
If all gamers are just immature edgelords, then why are you trying to make content for them? Just stop doing it.
Every game that wasn't a shooter or a hyper-casual competitive online game garnered and boring comments.
I think it's crazy that OTK has a literal game publishing company, dude. Like, this unironically will cause developers to go, okay, I don't know if I want to fucking associate with this. That's the crazy part about this, right? Like, if you're constantly shitting on developers in general, like, and highlighting some of the grossest fucking freaks, even if you don't agree with them, but like kind of agreeing with them whenever you highlight them and garnering a shit ton of attention that is ultimately leading to mass harassment of fucking developers. Like, why the fuck would anybody want to work with them? Like, that makes no sense. Yes, there are amazing, wonderful developers in general. Some of them, I assume, also work with the OTK game publishing division in general. I suspect there's hella fucking gay developers on that front too. Dude, this stuff is truly one of the worst aspects, at least from all the developers I talk to, and many of them are very progressive, okay? They hate this shit. This shit sucks. They're pouring all of their collective experiences, their lives' work into this stuff so that people can play these games for a little bit. Sometimes they're doing it and losing their jobs immediately after like a successful cycle. Whoa. Oh my God. Okay, Kaya, it's valid. It's no longer place. Kaya. She finally broke the bed. It's okay, baby. She was right all along. Her fat ass broke the bed. You fatty. You're fat. You're fat. You're fat. You're fat. Yeah. All right, can you take her outside, Mom? Can you take her fat ass outside? My mom hates it when I call her a fat ass. Kaya, I mean. Anyway, it's true though. It's true. She's a fat ass. Literally, look. Okay, look at this. Look. She broke the bed, chat. She broke the fucking bed. Can you please stop describing people with money as being caked up? That means to have hella ass. I think the term you're looking for is breaded up. No, you can say caked up too. I can. Don't blame her for the product defects. Chat, she's fat. Okay? That is the top of the line, highest quality dog bed that I got specifically for dogs that weigh as much as Kaya. Okay? That literally is a dog bed that is designed for dogs that are larger than Kaya, technically. Okay? She's just outgrown it. She's just getting too fat. The dog bed was faulty. Yeah. She a fatty. Let's be real.
Comments.
You want to know why they garnered and boring comments? Because they were boring. So here, let me give you guys, this is something people might not know. There is a word that's used, it's cozy. When you hear cozy, I want you to switch that in your mind. Boring. Cozy game, boring game.
People implying that the MC in Fable trailers is ugly because it's a self-insert of some random level designer working at Playground whom they deemed not fuckable enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what?
Yeah, people don't want to look at an ugly chick. Yeah, they want to have a hot.
Asman, come on, dude. First, the fucking Mark Sanchez photo being like, yeah, it's just like looking in a mirror. These are some real gamers. And now this. People don't like looking at an ugly chick. Asman. Ugly guys, though, they love looking at them. Like, that's crazy, man. This is juvenile misogyny. It's not even like adult level misogyny. It's juvenile level misogyny where it's like all women are supposed to be objects of sexual desire. If you are not an object of sexual desire, if you're not fuckable, then you should not exist in the game as a main character. If you have a main character as a woman, she has to be fappable.
The morning I woke up and I was like, holy crap. Like one of my favorite YouTubers, As Mongold, was like making a video, responding to my video. And for a second I was panicking. I was like, oh man, I hope he likes it. Like if he doesn't like this video, like I might kill myself.
As Mongold.
So there's this thing you see on YouTube a lot now, and it's called grifting, and you see people like Luke Stevens and As Mongold doing it a lot, and it just basically means these people have no integrity whatsoever. One of my favorite YouTubers, As Mongold, and it basically means you just regurgitate whatever the popular opinion to have right now is. One of my favorite YouTubers, As Mongold, you have no integrity, and you will just regurgitate whatever people.
I don't think Asman even gives a fuck about this. Yeah, glad to see he's learned the error of his ways. Yeah, bro, he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, yeah, this guy is also grifting. Look, as long as dumbass gamers don't realize that most of these dudes do not have like a like coherent ideology, okay? And they're just simply reacting to things on the boundaries of, is it woke or is it not woke? Because if I didn't like it, it's woke and it's bad. If I liked it, then it's not woke and it's good. As long as they don't realize that and they keep clicking and they keep giving millions of fucking views to these videos, both As Mongold and this fucking dumbass is going to keep doing the same shit. They don't care. It is not a delicate allegiance. There's no real allegiance to one another whatsoever. It's just a allegiance to the grift. Anyway, that's all it is. I'm telling you right now, if the overwhelming majority of the gaming audience was constantly demanding queer representation and was constantly turning around and saying like, oh, these characters are actually too one-dimensional, they're not woke enough, these guys would be saying it too, okay? That's it. They go along with the audience, with the marketplace. Now, one might turn around and say, well, didn't you just prove the point that gamers want fucking, gamers don't want gay characters in their video games? And to them, I say, most people don't give a shit, okay? What you're seeing is a very loud minority of the entire consumer base. But it's a very loud minority of an entire consumer base that actually constantly feeds the algorithm. They love watching YouTube videos. Part of the reason why they love watching YouTube videos is because they're not playing any fucking video games, because they hate video games, because they're 37 years old and now have to fucking pay taxes and work a shit job, knowing full well that they have no fucking future prospects and they'll never get pussy and that it's all gone and it doesn't feel as good as it did when I was 14, when I used to just sit back and play video games in the Dino Nuggies my mom would serve me and the friends. And the dreams that I had, I was going to be exactly like Mark Sanchez one day. I was going to be the high school quarterback and then maybe go to college and, and then eventually end my career. That's what I thought was going to happen. But now I'm 37 years old, still living with my mommy, and she's no longer making the Dino Nuggies. That's it. If that was the case, the gaming industry would be collapsing year over year. Unfortunately, their profitability goes up more and more. They keep generating more and more revenue. which is why they seemingly will never change. And by that, I don't mean they're going to fucking, never change from their gay ways. They're just not going to stop doing live service games and the IP recycling that everybody despises. Meanwhile, I say this, but I'm still, of course, very excited for Snake Eater.
Hot character. You stupid? Duh. You fucking retarded. Like, what the fuck? Where do these people come from? Where do these people come from? What the fuck? I know. It's so dumb, bro. Like, God.
I don't know. It's just the internet magnifying negative voices, I guess, doing what it does best. But it's making me real tired of gamers.
So at this point, it seems that games journalists and all of the liberal LGBT mafia that work at game studios actually hate their audience. And this is a comment I keep reading from you guys again and again. I swear they literally hate us. They seem to be dead set.
Yeah, dude, the fucking photo again. This guy unironically thinks he's so much of the argument from gamers revolves around, well, you see, I drew you as a Sojak, and I imagined myself as a Chad face, which means your argument is destroyed. What are you doing? That ain't you, little bro. Wake up. Those dudes, if you were to go up to those dudes back in the high school days, okay, in the gaming heyday of your life, and went up to them and were like, excuse me, I feel like methinks there's too many females in video. They beat you with hammers, dog. They would fucking beat you. You would get hate crimed, okay? Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna take my fucking shirt, my top off for the rest of this fucking video. You done did it. God damn it. Can't even eat my fucking 1 pound of straight white chicken breast without a bunch of goddamn fucking nerds wearing my fucking culture like it's their fucking prom dress. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm now so anti Big Bang Theory, you don't even understand, dude. We should have never had no bazingas, okay? Yeah. You go, oh, bazinga, and then before you know it, you got fucking Elon Musk running the show.
On giving their audience exactly what we don't want. Mm-hmm. How long is your business going to be open if you're dead set on not giving the customer what they want?
Well, in the past year or so, I think that we know exactly the date of what that is. Yeah, great question. I think that we know exactly how long it's going to last. They want to change the customer. And this is the thing, right, is that these are people, like, in a lot of cases, like a lot of these game developers, I mean, these are just random people, right? I mean, some of them are weirdos.
Wait, I don't get it. Asman very quickly changed his perspective here. Initially, he was saying, no, a lot of the people's criticism is just simply that they want better depictions of queer characters and that no one complained about Warhammer being DEI, even though he complained about it potentially being DEI, which is fine. But now he's talking about how this industry is going down a dark, scary path because all they care about is gay characters, and that the game developers only want to make gay characters and resent their audience for not having that same shared interest, and that video game developers that think that video game audiences are edgy losers who don't understand the work that they put into it should just quit their jobs. At no point does it strike me as though Asmongold cares about the quality of queer visibility. Kind of just feels like he's responding to his audience and, basically repeating the points that they're making, but instead in a, I guess, more palatable way where there is at least some semblance of plausible deniability. The funniest part about all this is that, like, truly, I don't think he gives a shit about any of this. Like, maybe he cares about, like, titties not being as big in video games or whatever. But, like, I think he, just like myself, just like everybody else, cares about playing good games and enjoying video games. I think Asmongold still continues to enjoy video games for the most part, and not just fucking WoW Classic, okay? I think a lot of this stuff is because his audience, he knows how to get clicks and attention. He doesn't even play WoW anymore. Yeah, that's it. I think he knows that there are a lot of sweaty fucking losers out there who want someone to basically say, Yeah, this guy's based. Yeah, huh? This guy just says it out loud, huh? That's it. That's what gamers desperately crave. Yeah.
Some of them are not, but these are people in a lot of cases, like, you don't want to be like talked down to by a person like this. Absolutely not. You're like a 28-year-old software engineer. I don't want you to be telling me what my politics should be. Stop it.
What?
Get the fuck out of here. Yes.
This is why when skanks
Bro, the disdain that these people have for fucking Alyssa Mercante is so psychotic. Like, it's actually insane.
like Alyssa Mercante are crying about Kotaku shutting down and losing their jobs, and game studios are going under because they were associated with Sweet Baby Inc. I just
look where it was from. Look. Oh, yep. r/Asmongold. There we go. Oh man, there it is. Yep. The main base of operations. Oh god.
I just laugh.
Why would developers resent this guy? I wonder. Much to consider. Why would developers resent his community? I wonder. I can't seem to place my finger on it. Much like the fucking Hasanabi heads in here that love to complain about me not playing video games, but don't actually want to play video games or watch me play video games. Asmongold's community does not actually want to play video games. They love complaining about how shitty video games are. That's it. Two sides of the same fucking coin. I swear to God. People in this chat love to say, Hassan, please play some video games so I can fucking leave. People in this chat go, well, people in this chat actually do like watching video games, even if they shit on him a lot. He does have some real gamers.
Let them burn. Let all these companies burn who don't know how to give the audience. The wonderful irony in all this is that it's the very games that the woke cancel mob has tried to cancel that seem to do the best. Remember Hogwarts Legacy? Yeah, men who dress in women.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Hogwarts Legacy is not woke, is the funniest. It is literally the funniest way to arrive at this conclusion where it's like, oh, well, it was successful, so it's not woke. Really? We're now officially, we're saying Hogwarts Legacy was not fucking woke? Remember, everybody yelled at me for saying how stupid it was to try to like boycott a game like Hogwarts Legacy because, you know, it was going to be insanely popular and that it would have been probably smarter to try and fundraise for like Trans Lifeline by playing it or some shit. But what's funny about this is that regardless of the, oh, you're transphobic if you fucking play Hogwarts Legacy narratives that ran rampant throughout the internet, and this was not one of those places, ironically enough, even though Ben Shapiro is stupid and didn't understand the point I was making and still ended up making videos about it. If you remember, the woke mob is coming after Hasanabi. He's so scared. Anyway, Hogwarts Legacy is made by woke people. Hogwarts Legacy, the game, has all of the same woke components that these guys fucking lose their minds over. Hogwarts Legacy literally had a trans character. Hogwarts Legacy was made by trans developers. So virtually every single thing that this fucking dipshit cries about with respect to all of these like developers being gay and all these games being fucking woke, the only thing that happened within the Hogwarts saga is that trans people understandably were frustrated because it's IP made by a ginormous transphobic person. But Hogwarts as a franchise is appealing mostly to millennial libtards, the very same people that this guy normally would claim suck. But because trans people were mad online, all of a sudden now, a video game where you can do whatever kind of gender shit you want to do, a video game that was designed by trans developers, a video game that had a trans character in it, all of a sudden is not woke. The IP itself, regardless of the person, the person who created the initial, Harry Potter franchise, the IP itself is almost entirely serving millennial liberals. Okay?
Women's Clothes tried to get it canceled. Instead, the game sold 25 million copies. Oops. Remember Elden Ring?
It was extremely fucking popular.
Remember how the woke mob?
Yeah, no shit, dude. No shit. Of course it was extremely popular. It's fucking Hogwarts, man. It's the number one nostalgia baiting IP recycling that you can engage in. Also, Elden Ring. People did not say Elden Ring was not woke. I don't know what this fucking review that he found was.
I've tried to accuse
Problematic
FromSoft
female
games of having
what?
quote,
I got it, man.
problematic depictions of women.
Shut the fuck up. I got it. You don't have an opinion on the subject. Thank you for repeating that over and over again. That is why I banned you, because you're fucking annoying. I don't care.
Oops, sold 25 million copies.
Here's another thing about Elden Ring, is that I understand that Queen Marika is not necessarily trans, but for a fantasy story, it's pretty goddamn fucking close, isn't it? It's really fucking close to that. And so, this is like the main character that the entire story is built around. Everybody loves the lore. Nobody's complaining about this. Nobody actually cares.
Yeah, that's because everybody likes the game. Asmi, you are so close to figuring it out. I mean, if you weren't deliberately avoiding the truth. Okay? Look how he ignored what the guy just said about trans people and how he avoided talking about it. That's the plausible deniability he will use to avoid criticism. Yeah. I mean, he loves Grums. He loves that fucking lolly VTuber that he watches all the time. All those guys, if you just listen to Asmongold's commentary, you're like, wait a minute. I don't understand. It feels like Asmongold is not in support of any of the things that these guys are saying. But he very obviously is, okay? I'm not going to have Alyssa on stream right now. I hate when people literally fucking come into chat, you goddamn simps, okay? I hate when I'm like doing something and you fucking simps literally go, hey, can you have Alyssa on the stream right now? It is one of the most annoying things that you guys do, okay? Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. No, I've never asked for it. There's never been a moment where I've asked for this. I've never asked for your feedback, okay? Shut up, chatter. I have not asked for your feedback. Please, stop fucking backseating the stream. Oh my God. It's so annoying. Bro's getting heated over this. Yeah, it is not just this. It's because you guys do this every day. You do it literally every fucking day. You do it for everything. You're like, hey, you want to watch this fucking video? Guess what? Fuck you. I want you to watch this 8-hour theory video on developmentary Maoist Leninism, Marxist Leninist Maoism. We need to watch Maoist third worldism right now. Watch this video about the Khmer Rouge and about how Pol Pot was misunderstood. Stop it. You guys have been doing it all fucking day. God damn. That's it. It was my boiling point. I'm sorry. And this has nothing to do with Alyssa as well, by the way. Alyssa's great. Holy shit. Oh, who the fuck is Alyssa? She is the gaming journalist from Kotaku that this freak is fucking shitting on.
Cares. Kind of, yes, exactly. Mikola is a female alter ego. Yes, this is it. This isn't something
Which
that people
freak?
really...
The freak that Asmongold is watching. Andy Pants Gaming.
They give a shit about. Elden Ring is a great example. Consort, yes. So, promised consort Radon. What does that mean? Oh, jeez. Oh, fuck. What the... Oh, my God. Think about it.
At this point, making an offensive game seems to guarantee that game's success. We could talk about Stellar Blade, pissing off all of the liberal progressives, and yet everybody went out and bought it. Okay, so in
the Elden Ring article is a user review for some random forum that only had 4 votes in its poll and 3 comments. Yeah. And before people say, oh, well, you used the gaming not woke metric to say that like people thought Warhammer for 40K wasn't woke or whatever. Yeah, that one is unironically followed by a lot more gamers that we're talking about than this random fucking forum post. Most people understand that Elden Ring is not only a fantastic game, but yeah, it has like a bunch of queer visibility as well, which Asmongold also recognizes.
In the rest of this video, I want to give you 4 examples of a game or game series going from masculine to feminine or gay, and it basically either killed or ruined the franchise. Number 1, Ubisoft and Red Storm Entertainment. So
that'll be clipped to make it seem like you called Asmon a freak to perpetuate the drama. Yeah, no, I didn't call Asmon a freak. I called the video that he's watching, the creator of the video is watching a freak.
Red Storm Entertainment was a video game company founded by the legendary Tom Clancy to make Tom Clancy video games. He sold the company to Ubisoft in the year 2000, and Ubisoft in the 2000s actually had some balls and made some of the manliest games you've ever seen.
This guy loves balls way too much, dog. Oh my God. He just can't get the balls out of his head. He literally endlessly talks about balls. Like nonstop. That's all he talks about. Yeah. Ubisoft did have balls in the 2000s. Yeah.
There were the Splinter Cell games, the Ghost Recon games, the Rainbow Six games, and the Far Cry games.
Yeah.
All of these games pretty much feature exclusively men, and these IPs in the 2000s.
Like, how do you see this guy say this, Asmongold? How do you see this guy say this and not realize, like, this has got to be a joke, right? Is he being sarcastic? Like, this is literally the gayest thing anyone has ever said. I'm going to run this back. Hold on. I want to see what his reaction to this is.
2000s actually had some balls and made some of the manliest games you've ever seen. There were the Splinter Cell games, the Ghost Recon games, the Rainbow Six games, and the Far Cry games.
Yeah.
All of these games pretty much feature exclusively men, and these IPs in the 2000s had so much testosterone, just a single glance from a woman in their direction would get her pregnant. I mean, motherfucking Sam Fisher.
The games were way more masculine back then. This is absolutely true. Yeah.
Y'all are gay as fuck, dog! Stop! Oh my God! I can't do this! I fucking love Sam Fisher. I love Splinter Cell, okay? I love Splinter Cell. It was an amazing game. I played that shit in my fucking Gateway FX gaming laptop because before I went to college, I was a virgin and I had a gaming laptop, okay? And then I lost my virginity and then I mostly just kept a console gaming after that. But that's besides the point, okay? The point is that there are still the exact same fucking games that these guys are talking about that exist right now, okay? Like, the idea that, like, games are fucking gay now because they don't have sexy men that I want to suck and fuck is ridiculous, okay? No, the exact same games you're pointing to still exist, with the exception of Splinter Cell, unfortunately. I wish it did. But, like how many fucking milsims are out there? It is unironically it's Arma, but advanced now. Like, there are so many fucking milsims. What are you guys talking about? I feel like I shouldn't be, as a political commentator, I should not be the guy who is correcting the record about these dudes talking about gaming. I don't understand. I don't understand how these guys are like, yeah, games are so gay nowadays. There's no shooters. Are you fucking stupid? Do you really think there aren't, like, the same exact games that you're pointing to right now? Like, they point to Call of Duty and they point to fucking Rainbow Six and they're like, yeah, you know, these games don't exist anymore because they're too masculine. They're no longer masculine. And I'm like, the same game just came out. There's literally, it's the same exact, Rainbow Six still exists and Call of Duty still fucking exists. What are you talking about? And on top of that, there's like a million different shooters that also exist. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I'm not even saying like I have an issue with them existing. But on top of that, there's also a shit ton of fucking milsims out there too. Yeah, Tarkov, Grey Zone, Arma, DayZ, Desert Storm, the fucking 6 Days in Fallujah game or whatever, the war crime simulator that came out. I feel like there are an endless amount of video games out there that are just as quote-unquote masculine as these games, or even more. Stalker 2 just came out. The 3 lights on Sam's goggles were the 3 genders that Joe Biden was talking about? Yes. Sam Fisher says trans rights.
They were guy games made for guys. Absolutely. It's not even a question.
Dude, you're out of your mind. Probably because you don't fucking play FPS games. What are you saying? Like, how am I more knowledgeable about the fucking gaming industry now than Asmongold? Who is the real gamer here? What the fuck?
Damn, this guy's good.